Hey, it's the Bennington Show. Starting off with a little Elvis Costello, which moments ago we were just singing as Vito Video. And Vito liked that a lot because it had his name in it. This is the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I'm Ron Bennington. Now, what we are going to do today, I think, it's been such a stressful, horrible week. I thought we'd just goof around a little bit today. Give everybody a chance to jump into this. Joe will be on a little later on in the show. Joey Jojo. Dan will be on a little bit. For a while we were calling him Steely Dan. But now I think we're just calling him Danio.
Just Danio.
Danio. Oh, I forgot to tell this to everybody. Stanley-O is here as well.
Thank you.
Stanley-O. Chris?
Yes.
You have a little Superman triangle burnt into your chest from your shirt being open.
See, I was out in the sun for 15 minutes, so now that just burns into my skin.
This is not an exaggeration. He was pale white. White as the driven snow. Mm-hmm. We have a 15-minute meeting outside, and I watched him just get pinker and pinker.
I feel it baking in the sun. It's hard. It's a curse is what I have.
Al Gore was right when it came to your chest. Your chest is losing water, and it's slowly dying.
It's awful.
Yes, it is awful. So is your back, legs, and arms.
It all just burns.
Yeah.
I hate the skin.
So you burn immediately.
Yeah. There's no tanning. There's just becoming pink and red, and then pain comes.
Now, I'm a fair-skinned person.
Yeah.
And I would say you just need time. You just need to build
what
yourself
is less
up.
than 15 minutes? What does he need? 4 minutes in the sun? 3.5 minutes?
Each day.
I'm not going to spend my
you
life
add a
like
minute.
that.
That's how you do it. Each day you add a minute.
Coach is from Argentina. She doesn't worry about the sun. Vito is from the Upper West Side of Italian heritage. He doesn't worry about the sun. Sun has never been a problem for me as well.
Are you Sicilian?
Yes.
So.
Half.
You know what? Got that gene.
He's got that gene. That's fine.
So you never have to worry about the sun. You do have to worry about cops.
You're a very tan Irishman.
Don't start. And we're not too sure that's my dad. My family gets split. Like some people get tan easily and other people get burnt easily.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not going to sit around and wonder where I'm from.
I'm the same way, Ron. My father was dark-skinned, basically. You've seen pictures of him.
Yeah, your father looked like a Native American man.
The last time I saw your father, he pulled a sink out of the floor, threw it through the bars, and ran off into the woods. Ching, ching. So let's get this show started today. Glad to have Vito here. Glad to have Coach in the room. Coach seems to be an intern that's just, come straight out of the blocks and is doing well for herself.
I feel like, have we ever discussed an intern as much as we discussed Coach? Coach is on it.
Well, the weird thing is Coach is here. Coach is always doing well, but I think we talk about Spencer Berger even more because he's the mystery.
Yeah.
He is the mystery man. He's the X Factor. And I know everyone's waiting for him to grab some mic time.
We're in no hurry.
He's taking it slow, and I'm fine with that.
People have written to me, and they think that it's a joke character, or they think we're bringing someone back to the show.
Spencer Berger's real, and I just find myself thinking about him sometimes. He's in my apartment. I'm like, what's Spencer Berger doing?
It's hard to believe that he's out there 24 hours a day just doing his Spencer thing.
Now, we refer to him by his full name on the show, but we also do off air, which I think is great. He's one of those people that is just like immediately a full name guy.
His name is a nickname. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like if his name was Joey Bats. You're not going to call him Joey.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Although Joey Bats is short for something. So my example didn't work.
Don't stop.
He asked me
Thinking about tomorrow.
Don't.
He asked me not to call him Spence.
I don't blame him.
I called him Spence, and he was like, "It's Spencer."
I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to be called Spence.
And I like that he was upfront about it, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, you can call them something, and it irks them.
Yeah, they don't tell you, but they're just like, I hate fucking Vito with that Spence bullshit.
Scumbag.
No, he's the worst. So I have started my summer reading list.
Ooh, off the Interrobang?
That's right, off the Interrobang that Larry and Lori put together. And Larry and Lori, the last time that they came in for an Unmasked, brought me one of the books because I said I was very excited about it.
Every one of these books starts with the letter L. L. That's Larry and Lori. Everything has to start with L. And they're always going to like us, L-O. And I'm like, you're doing that on purpose because of the L thing.
Just stop trying to make that catch on.
Yeah.
It's not going to catch on.
Although it kind of has.
But the book that they brought me is the new Don DeLillo book, which is 0K. So I just jumped in.
What's it about?
So it's the story is about a guy whose stepmother is going to be cryogenically frozen, and possibly his father, but I'm not sure where this is going just yet. I've just begun it. I'm only just a little bit into it. But I didn't read the back of the book. I knew nothing about it. I've read books of his. I've read White Noise, and I love when you don't read
Let me
anything
just say
at
this.
all.
From what you've told me, I'm pretty sure he stole this idea from me.
That was your idea?
Yeah. My idea is about people being frozen like that and then woken up into the future.
Now, do you feel like if you had an illness that you would be cryogenically frozen until they could come up with a cure for your illness?
Well, why would I think that they would cure me in the future? Why would they care?
Well, that's the idea. That's the premise of this book, is that she has a disease that there is not a cure for, but they believe that there will be, and this is why this company has put together this thing where you can be frozen in time and then woken again, so kind of staving off death, but like almost giving yourself eternal life.
But when you wake up, you'll wake up in a world that you don't know or understand.
Exactly.
That's the problem. Okay.
Now, I'm bringing this up because I know somebody who
Doing
has,
this?
I know somebody who is an investor in a company who is looking into, doing this kind of research to do this. And he says that he's investing in it because he wants to do it himself, because he fears death. He does not want to die. And I should also mention, this man has a wife and children, and he is only doing it for
he's not
himself.
freezing everybody.
No, he is freezing himself. And I asked him, is he making plans for the whole family? He's like, look, I only have money for myself. Like,
how much money is it?
It was a lot of money.
1,400.
He just doesn't have the savings.
Here's the thing. No matter what happened, I would definitely freeze myself holding on to a box of popsicles. That would be my joke. So when, in 3,000 years, when they unthaw me, I'll go like this. Popsicle? Popsicle?
See, that's great, because it's good to open with a joke.
Yeah.
Because this is a whole new world,
Yeah.
and you don't know what their sense of humor is going to be. Chris, would you do this?
I don't think I could do it because I don't want to wake up in some strange new world where they consider me like a fucking caveman. Like I
So, like now.
That's so true. Come on.
And I'm just saying that because of your posture. That's it.
First of all, we could send you into the past, and you would fit right in. They might be the only people to understand you. They're like, oh, he's saying fire.
I couldn't do it. I want to die in my time. I don't want to live outside my
I
time.
thought you were going to say you're asleep, because that's pretty much what's going to happen.
You're in luck, Chris. That's how it's going to go down. What about you, Vito? Would you, if you found out that this was a possibility and you had the means to do it, would you get yourself frozen in time until they could find a cure for your disease?
How quick is the cure for the disease, though? Because am I going to
who
go
knows?
through pain when I wake up?
You don't know.
Through the process?
No.
I'm gonna
We
risk
don't know
it.
how in pain you are either. I mean, what are you going, last second with this?
I'm taking the deal.
There's only 2 breaths left. Start to freeze him.
I'm taking the deal. I'm going to the future.
I'm taking the deal.
Where's your 1,400 then?
Drop it.
Coach, would you freeze yourself?
I would have terms and conditions.
Ooh.
So
What?
if
No
the
one feels her
disease-
up while she's frozen.
no touching. I want a pod. No, I would want to wake up in a time that if my disease is not cured, really, really fast,
Yeah.
painlessly, then I want to be woken up in a time where I can have a lot of fun, like hoverboards, or when the world runs on bubbles.
All right, so
'Cause
you're
that would be cute.
So you're actually putting pressure on the future.
Yeah.
You don't want to help with any of the work that's being done.
Even if the disease is cured in the next 10 years, she's like, no, thank you.
Not enough good stuff here. Why is the world running on bubbles, by the way?
I saw a movie once.
Yeah.
It was called, it's an animated movie. I'm a child. It was called Meet the Robinsons, and this kid meets his future self, and his future self invents sustainable energy through bubbles, and
Okay, so you want to wake up in a cartoon. You know
Yeah.
what?
This is
I'm
going
going
to
to
be
pull the
fun.
plug on this.
It's a dream.
So it's a bubble world.
Yeah, I guess.
Were they just floating around, or they're just?
Yeah, they were like, well, their houses weren't bubbles. They just had bubble energy.
Gotcha. All right. My question to you is.
Wait, well, before we get that, I didn't get a chance.
Oh, go
I just
ahead,
did
please.
popsicles for me. But not only...
I thought that was your truthful
No.
answer.
Well, it is. But I'm just saying this. Not only do I want to be... I don't want to take the medicine and be cured in the future. I don't even take it if I get a disease now. I'd rather just ignore it.
But how uncomfortable would it be then to you're gonna have to build up a whole new social circle is mostly the issue there.
It'll definitely be larger than the one I have now. That's the beauty of it.
You're gonna be a lot more friendly
Yeah.
in the future.
I feel like people in the future are going to blow. Like, what if
There's no reason not to think
right?
that they will.
They're going to judge us
Right.
if, say, we all wake up, 1,000 years in the future.
1,000?
Yeah, I'm saying 1,000
What
years.
fucking disease do you have?
They haven't been working hard enough, to be honest.
They're going to forget about my frozen body. They're going to judge us and make us feel like garbage, is what's going to happen. Garbage, okay?
No, you're not garbage.
They're gonna treat us like garbage.
It's like a science experiment. Oh, look, the caveman woke up.
He worries about caveman. He's a caveman.
I like that. It seems like your answer is no because of teasing. What it has come down to.
This thing always comes back to body shaming.
Will my body be more acceptable? Maybe that's what women are going to be into.
Yeah, sure.
You never know.
Yeah, they could be special needs future.
It's a scary place.
All right, what I was going to ask is if someone goes through your home, in your if you have a visitor in your home and they go through your books, your DVDs, your records, whatever you have.
Yes.
What would be the most embarrassing thing that they could come across? What is the most embarrassing thing that you have as a piece of artwork in your home?
Well, for me, the most embarrassing was how little that I get around to keeping. I'm a guy who chucks stuff out.
I love throwing shit out.
I am done with it.
But I did find a Pauly Shore comedy album. From 93 or 94
So what
or
you're saying
something.
is that you're embarrassed of Pauly.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
I'd be honored if I had a Pauly Shore album.
I love Pauly Shore, but I feel other people would judge me if they find a Pauly Shore comedy album.
Is that back when you used to start wheezing the juice?
Love the Wheeze the
No,
Juice.
who's in the jet?
He's a caveman. He's a caveman.
A lot of his answers are going to be caveman.
I can't relate it.
Can I tell Steve Kusser? Hey, Steve Kusser. Vito, what is your... Now, I know you're a DVD.
First of all, it would be everything Vito has.
Yeah, I'm a hoarder.
You still have a pretty serious DVD collection.
Yeah, I have every DVD I've ever bought. I've never gotten rid of, no matter what. So I have DVD collections. I have DVD box sets. I have 3 versions of certain DVDs just because they came out with a new edition. Because the commentary.
I don't understand the DVD
This is something
thing.
the two of them argue about a lot.
Commentary?
by the way. Commentary. Chris hates commentary. Vito loves commentary.
I'd like to hear a commentary go, can you believe this moron keeps buying the same DVD over and over, no matter what
we got
do?
2 versions of The Town.
The Town?
One is the director's cut.
I couldn't even watch The Town twice.
I loved The Town.
Yeah.
Thought Jeremy Renner did a great job in it.
Jeremy Renner sucks. Wow. He sucks. Hawkeye, Hurt Locker in The Town. That's not a body of work.
Those are all very good films.
They suck.
I feel like those were all well-respected films you just mentioned.
I turned Hurt Locker off halfway through. I had no time for that movie. And The Town, I'm never gonna watch that. And Hawkeye's a fucking sea-level superhero that's never gonna get his own goddamn movie.
I thought you meant at sea. I never heard anyone call it that.
Level. He can only stop crimes in Florida. He can't do anything in Colorado or Wyoming. I've lost my powers.
You know that's my weakness, altitude.
His one weakness, altitude.
Now I will share what mine is.
Good.
It is. Now I don't have many DVDs,
Right.
so that's for that reason it sticks out on my bookshelf,
Right.
and I feel like people's eye go to it a lot. But I have a DVD of Fools Rush In, starring Chandler Bing from Friends and Selma Hayek.
Yes,
It is
it's a rom-com.
It's a rom-com that I loved so much when I was younger, and then somebody had a street. You know, like they had just thrown a bunch of DVDs.
I
out
do
on the
that. That's
street.
how I get rid of old DVDs. I put them out in front of my house and let people grab them.
And it's not, I didn't take anything else. I just saw it there and I was like, I love that movie. And it's not like I've only watched it once. I've watched it several times and it's like a go-to.
He is a guy who jumpstarts nightclubs.
Yeah.
And she, in Vegas, has a big Mexican family who's not exactly supportive of Chandler Bing.
Yes, and when they have a chance meeting,
Yeah.
she gets pregnant on a one-night stand, decides to keep the baby.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have to figure out how to make this work. Fools Rush In. Everybody check it
Fools
out.
Rush
It's
In.
a phenomenal film.
Chris, you'll like it for a portion when the white people come out, his parents, and yell, "The white people are catching on fire at a backyard barbecue," because the heat is so bad. It would be
And
perfect for you.
They're so burnt, just like you look
I
right
can relate
now.
to that.
Look, I'll tell you something too. It looks like they're not going to be together, but don't worry. All right?
Don't worry.
I'm worried.
No. It'll all work out because fools rush in.
Fools Russian.
Now I'm going to guess Coach, your answer is the Bubble movie? Or?
Oh shit!
That's not the most embarrassing thing I own. For a while, not so long ago, I was really into the Tinkerbell movie.
What Tinkerbell movie?
The animated, no, the animated one. So in which it's just Tinkerbell and her friends in the forest.
Where do you even buy this?
I didn't
buy it. It was a gift.
Was it a Nickelodeon infomercial at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I didn't even know that she had her own film series.
No, she's a
They're
spinoff.
really good.
Yeah.
They're so
Now, are her friends little?
They're all like little itty bitties.
Yeah.
Itty bitty fairies, and they're just flying around saving the world.
Yeah, that's. I think you
Saving
win
the
is most
forest.
embarrassing.
I think that probably wins.
Yeah.
That was the commentary track on that.
Oh, stop it.
Come on.
Why are you mad? Seriously, can we just stop this for a
mad.
second and find out why you're angry?
Buying DVDs is there's a cloud, man.
Yeah.
Cloud's all that matters anymore.
I like special features. I like featurettes.
I wonder why don't they put directors' commentary on Netflix? They could put it on HBO. We got the on-demand part of it. Why don't they do it?
Because not enough people care. It's just veto.
Who did the first commentary though? That would be interesting to know. Who did the very first commentary? Because I remember when Danny DeVito did one and he was explaining it on TV. And he goes, "I'm doing a commentary thing." And I think at the time he said on Laserdisc. And I'm like, why would anyone care what Danny says about a movie?
I wish I could
What do you think?
remember the first one that I ever heard, because I know I was pretty into them when I was young. Because
Everybody was in the 90s.
Yeah, like I loved film, and I wanted to go to film school at that point when I was a kid. And
The entire 90s wanted to go to film school. Everybody.
but who was Tarantino doing
It
that?
might have been Tarantino, but, Kevin Smith had really funny ones.
He did, yeah. I know that I watched Cameron Crowe's for Almost Famous.
Yeah.
All right, it was a dual release on Laserdisc and DVD. It was Contact with Robert Zemeckis and the producer Steve Starkey.
I'm very surprised by that. Contact. What year was that?
97.
No, it couldn't be. It couldn't have been in 97. It had to have happened before then.
Yeah, it
This
feels.
is what Wikipedia's telling me.
Well, then they're right. Believe me, they have the time to go out and find that. But I just feel like 97 feels so late for that.
Yeah, but that was probably. Yeah, I would have said that was more like the heyday of it, because I
Yeah.
know that's like late 90s. I was watching them all the time, and I was obsessed with them.
Yeah, it seemed like you would. Go ahead, Chris.
I was completely wrong. And the first was the Laserdisc of the original King Kong from the Criterion Collection in
So they
1984.
did that back in 1939. Or,
84.
and he's like, look, Orson Welles just came in. Fantastic looking cuts you have here, boys. Now, what are we doing? Is this a director's cut or director's commentary? So that was the first one in '84.
Yeah, with
now, what was the first one to go with a movie that was newly released? Not 19. Was it? Wait, what year did the original King Kong come out? Was it the 30s?
30s, I would
33.
33. Jeez, that's early for still being such a great movie. Not that I like or even slightly the reboot at one with Peter Jackson.
Oh my God, I barely remember
That's
it.
a shit show.
Yeah. All right, Chris is going to keep on reading, so we'll be stuck in this for a while.
We can't be stuck in this.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
You know what? Freeze me and wake me up when you're able to tell me what the answer is.
I can't wait. That's why you choose just impatience.
Yeah.
Just general
Well,
impatience.
I said the other day, I said, freeze me and wake me up when we get ice cream. This way I'm already going to be ready for it.
All right, while we wait for Chris's clicking.
And we'll wait forever for Clicky
And we
to
truly
stop
will.
clicking. Wait, there he is again.
I'm seeing the earliest date they have is 97 for Contact for a new movie.
Can't be.
That's what I'm saying.
It can't be. It's got to be before that. By the way, the Contact it started so great and then fell apart.
Yeah. Contact, I put in a group with, there's like a couple movies where I felt like 95% of the way through the movie I was with them, and then they just lost me in the last 5 minutes.
Hated the last 5 minutes of that. Hate it. Felt like I was stabbed.
You know what's another movie? And like, I guess this might be embarrassing, but it's only because you look back and of course you think it's crappy. But I felt that way about Signs, the movie Signs, the M. Night movie. I actually really enjoyed that movie until like the last 5 minutes where you're like, well, that answer doesn't make sense.
Boy, you want to play that game? The Village is running on cable this month, and it really gets to the point where you're going, are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in theaters, being so excited. They just feel like a fucking moron.
Yeah.
That movie. Like,
That was the one that people turned on him, I think.
Has there ever been an artist who fell so far from grace, so far from favor, where you feel like...
Not if they were dropped out of an airplane.
Yeah, because the way he was received after The Sixth Sense,
Beloved.
so beloved, the movie, and I still think that the movie stands up, so it doesn't make sense that he...
I have people now that turn on that movie because they don't like him, but I think they're wrong, too.
No, I think they're wrong. I have rewatched it, and I'm like, this guy had a clear vision. Yes, it has a gimmick that has a shelf life in a certain way, but it was well executed, and never again was he able to pull it
And
off.
also, like, that might have been, like, the last great thing that Bruce Willis did, where you're like, that minimalistic thing that he does.
So quiet.
Yeah, he's just so quiet and, you know...
And from there, it's almost like a perfect step downward. Every film he did got progressively worse. I
Yeah, like he had an anchor around his neck.
Yeah, it was horrible. All right, so I'm going to introduce you to a game that me and my really good friend Vito play.
What the hell?
Yeah, this is a little thing.
I didn't know you guys were this close.
Yeah, we're very close.
You have no time for Chris with this game?
No, usually Chris, when we play this game, Chris doesn't like for shenanigans in the
Right.
office.
By the way,
So-
people were asking me where we got the name Coach, and that is short for Coachella. So that's why I just thought of that now.
Now
So I
people
thought I would jump in with it. You know?
Oh, no, you can't let that pass.
No, because I'll never remember it. When am I going to wait till next Coachella?
No, you'll never remember it. So this is a game that me and Vito play in the off season.
I hope it's not show me yours, I'll show you mine.
No,
Vito.
I would never tell anyone about that game. Never.
Everyone says that.
This game we call You the Real MVP, much like that popular meme. So you
I don't even
give
know about this.
you the real MVP. You know that meme,
Yeah,
Chris?
of course.
You're very
I know all the
memey.
memes.
So
Okay.
so
I know all the memes.
he does. He'll just send me memes sometimes, and I have to say, I don't want to see that meme.
Send them to my mom. She enjoys those, Chris.
So, for example, who's the real MVP of the current SNL cast?
I don't have a problem with this one. I'm going to say it first. I'm going to say it quickly. Bobby Moynihan, you the real MVP.
Ooh.
Because he brings it to every single sketch.
Mine, Taron Killam, you the real MVP. Because you might not think off the bat, oh, he's one of my favorite cast members, but they go to him for those sketches that might not have that extra pop that need it. and he's always there for it.
He was one that it took me a while, and then when I saw his
You know, when
worth,
you fell in love with him, that stupid dance thing that he did that didn't even make the show. That YouTube, remember when he danced to that girls?
he danced to Robin.
Yeah, and you sent it to me like 10 times.
And I was like, don't you love him? He's
Yeah,
the best.
He's the best.
Coach, who do you think is the best?
Who do
Who's the MVP, I mean, of the current SNL cast?
Oh God. Well, you guys know I love Leslie Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love her.
She's the breakout.
She is.
She is
Yeah.
just fantastic.
And a big summer plan for her.
Yeah.
First of all, this is a pretty good cast when we're sitting, like, you just went to 3 different names and nobody would say, oh, that's
know.
stupid, you know? Because it is a kind of a level cast that they have now.
I think
everybody's a worker.
It's been really well balanced.
Yeah.
Chris Stanley, who is the real MVP?
Kate McKinnon, you the real MVP.
Oh!
Yeah! Guess what? Guess who plays Hillary? Guess who's going to be fucking killing it all summer long?
Well, they don't do the show all
You know,
summer.
when fall.
I guess she will. But she's amazing, and she also has got a big summer plan with Ghostbusters.
I know.
I love both of those too. One of them is going to be the breakout. Maybe even both will have movie careers after this is over.
I think it is a very, very strong possibility.
Wait, 4 people have gone for you to MVPs.
I'm gonna choose who the real MVP.
Yeah.
And despite his terrible explanation, Chris Stanley is right.
Oh!
Kate McKinnon
Thank you,
is
everyone.
the real MVP.
Thank you.
Why you pick her?
I think that she has the exact energy that was missing after what was the previous girl who like kind of took over the cast and everybody.
Kristen Wiig?
Yeah, Kristen Wiig. I think that she filled that void where when Kristen Wiig was on there, I think it was pretty clear.
It was her show.
That it was her show, and it kind of almost felt like the Carol Burnett show or something, where she was kind of centered, and everybody else was a cast of players around her.
And she's also somebody that people tune in to watch, which gives her that other MVP credit. Like, people tune in to see Kate McKinnon sketches.
Yeah. And she's pretty. She throws herself into all of her characters. Like they're all really.
You know what? The other thing about her, it is about her sexuality, and then not at all as well. You know what I mean? Like everyone gets that. Oh, she's like this breakthrough performer, and at the same time, she goes back to that 0. You know what I mean? She doesn't need it. But it's a really strong cast, and then people still bitch about that, which is always funny to me.
All right, next one.
Still playing who
the real MVP
Okay, good.
of The Sopranos, the cast of
Well,
The
this
Sopranos.
isn't even close, in my opinion. I'm going to go first. Since nobody will call on me, I'll just take it for myself. You know what? My thing is, I got to get some. You know what I mean?
You get
That's
yours.
my motto. The pilot of The Sopranos is as good as most movies. And all of that, and then the entire series, was just on the shoulders of Tony Soprano, played by the late, great... Nobody can
James
remember.
Gandolfini.
Yes.
That long. It took you that long.
As you said it, I was going, Tony Soprano is his name.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't...
James Gandolfini, beloved by everybody that he ever worked with. I don't even know why this one came up. I mean, it's The Sopranos, and he's the Soprano.
Can I go?
Yeah, you're going to pick Meadow?
Uncle Junior, you the real
please.
I was a joke. I didn't mean that.
Please.
All right, was this one too easy? Is everyone's answer Tony Soprano?
I do think a really good villain in the show, though, was Ralphie. Like, I really fucking
he's
hated
fantastic.
I fucking hated him, and I really like when a show about villains can make you hate somebody more than the villain of the show. Like, Tony Soprano's a villain at the end of the day, but they made you hate people more than him.
Right.
I never hated him. Not even when he did terrible things.
Coach,
So
did you
It's all
ever...
justified.
Did you ever watch The Sopranos?
I watched the first few episodes. I never really got too into it because I was younger.
Right.
But yeah, from what I remember, and actually I rewatched an episode a while ago, 3 months ago. Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
I love villains. Just
Do you?
because
You like a
they're
villain?
I love a good villain only because I don't like that sometimes the good guys get played as like we don't do anything bad. I love like a solid villain that's like you can relate to.
You are so lucky to work for Chris Stanley then, because you are working for a solid villain.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But do you think the character of Tony Soprano was the beginning of this like massive anti-hero?
100%.
Because I don't think it's gone back since then. It's that you could not imagine putting a main character on one of these dramas and not have them be like the serious anti-hero.
He cheated on his wife every week. Yet when Carmela almost cheated on him, you were fucking mad,
furious.
Hell yeah.
You were
furious, and I wanted that guy dead just for enjoying himself. It was stupid. It was stupid how you got into Tony's world. It was insane. But also Michael Imperioli. It was amazing in that. He really was.
All right, let's do one more since that one was too easy.
Way too easy.
The cast of Arrested Development. Who is the real MVP?
Oh, this is the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life. And that includes the fact that I've come up with some quantum theories that I think are going to change the way we look at the world itself.
In the meantime, let's go with someone who looks confident. Vito.
I think this one is easy. Will Arnett. You're a real MVP, dog.
Okay, that turns me. The dog thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, the dog thing makes me feel like he's right.
When you're quoting that show, you're most likely quoting a Joe Bluth line. At the end of the day, even if it's a simple, come on, you're doing it.
Yeah, but this is a show that introduces us to Michael Cera. This is a show with Tobias Funke.
When's the last time you said Michael Cera?
What's that supposed to be? You don't like Michael Cera?
When's the last time you saw him in a movie?
A couple of years ago.
That really surprised me that you said introduced us to Michael Cera.
You know
I
what?
did not see that coming.
I'm surprised too because I thought of everyone. So Michael Cera for you was the best character on the show?
Yes, I love that kid and that character. The actor too.
He's great. He was great.
Who do you think is the real MVP?
Well, I was actually going to go with Job. Michael Cera thing really grabbed me for a second.
Thank you.
But the show does not hold together without Michael Cera's dad, who's...
Silver Spoon.
Yeah, it's played by Silver Spoon. Silver Spoon is so good in the show. But seriously, can you have a show without the spoon? Spoon Man?
I actually would agree with you. I think that all of these characters, you would not have the same tone without him playing straight man. I think it was maybe one of the best straight man roles of all time.
It's actually kind of... And Spoon knows what I'm talking about when I say this. It's actually underappreciated all the time because he does it so well.
Yeah, his timing in that show, like just the reaction
But
shots.
by the way, he makes me furious because I'm like, leave, dude. Leave this fucking family.
They're ruining you.
Yeah. So not one of us knows his name.
I thought that's what Chris...
I know the name is Jason Bateman.
Yes.
Good Google. Good Google.
I know what his name is. Google told me. But I was fine with going with Spoon Man.
Sure.
All right. Now I would like to introduce a new game.
No.
Not new to you,
Uh-huh.
but new to Coach. It's an old favorite, a PC&D.
Oh, PC&D.
PC&D. So the premise of PC&D is you have a partner that you really like. You're in the dating process. You like everything about this person, and I will give you an aspect of their personality, something about them, and you will have to decide if it is a pro, con, if it is neutral to you, or if it is an all-out deal breaker.
Okay.
So this is someone...
Deal breaker.
Deal breaker just for playing this
Yes.
game. Okay. PC&D.
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 Their family, their parents, are neo-Nazis. They are not. Their family, neo-Nazis. Yes, they are still in contact with their family.
Deal breaker?
Full deal breaker.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go out exact the opposite. I'm going to say pro because you're always going to be better than her dad. And that's a great thing to be. Now, I like to be in a relationship where I can yell at my chick. At least I'm not a fucking neo-Nazi like your fucking parents. Or why don't you call your neo-Nazi mom on the fucking phone? I'm sure she'd agree with you.
And
you know,
it's great for drunken fights in public too,
right?
Because then you could be like, you know what, everybody, her family's neo-Nazis, all right?
Well, by the way, I meant drunken no matter what I was doing. It was always going to be drunken. But yeah, that's the point. You want to be better than her family. And you might as well pick an easy family to do that with. You don't want to be like, I hope someday to be better than her dad. No, you want to walk in from jump and be the best person ever been in her life.
And there's no subtlety there either.
No.
Like, there's no saying, well, neo-Nazis, but he's okay. Chris Stanley.
Neutral. I don't mind either way. I mean, she's not a Nazi, right?
She's not.
Yet. After being with you for a while.
She's not a Nazi, but she does go home for Christmas.
That's
and
fine, but
she
she's not
expects
like
you to attend.
She's not bringing home like propaganda to try to get me into this neo-Nazi thing.
Why? Do you think she can?
Do you think the propaganda would work on you?
I don't know. Maybe.
First of all, I would go home for Christmas with her and go, I can't believe you neo-Nazis still worship Christ. Do you understand? You're against all of his teachings. And let's drop the neo. You're just fucking Nazi.
Vito.
I'm gonna have to go neutral too because like I know if I bring her home to my family on Thanksgiving and I have a large Italian family and they're not the most politically correct people in the world.
Yeah, they're pro Mussolini's.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they could fit in easy.
All right, next, PC&D.
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 They could never and would never eat sushi. Never.
Deal breaker.
Deal breaker.
Deal breaker. I can't be with somebody who acts like I'm not eating that. That can't happen.
It is a turnoff, particularly if you're a sushi fan. I'm a big sushi fan. I probably eat it once a week.
Yeah.
It would really freak me out. I would have to go somewhere between strong con and deal breaker.
Deal
It might
breaker.
just be a strong con.
Let me tell you, if they don't eat sushi, I bet they're up to all kinds of fucked up shit anyway.
Coach.
I am very pro. Why? Because more for me.
Oh,
I don't have to share.
You
And my
still gonna
mom
make 'em
just
sit
learned
there?
how to make sushi, so I'm real excited.
You make it at home?
She makes it, and
Yeah.
it was phenomenal. So, more for me.
The rice is the difficult part.
It
The
is.
perfect sticky rice.
Not for me. That's what I do perfectly.
Well, you've done it for 10 years now,
Yeah.
where you're hoping to move on.
Would I? Yes. Me and Hero. Like, does he even know I'm back here making sushi in this little subway station? My problem is when I get to the sushi part, I cook it every single time. I'm just like, I gotta fry this up. There's no sense.
Tempura again?
Tempura,
Tempura.
everybody. Tempura. Tempura.
Yes.
Tempura. Tempura.
No, it's sushi.
Here, try some tempura.
Better.
Now, Vito,
Did
what
you just wipe your face with a napkin like you're James Brown?
This is a wet nap.
What is wrong? Why do you need the wet
I
napkin?
like wet naps. I like this when they
that
smell.
has alcohol on it, though. It's not just like.
Oh,
Smells good.
there we go.
Oh, it does? Oh. Well, that's not good.
Try to stick your tongue through it.
Do it.
Let's see if you can do it. Yay! Yay! That's a trick that you can do to any little kid and gross them out.
Deal breaker.
Deal breaker.
Vito, what about you? PC&D, sushi, no sushi.
I'm pro.
Pro.
Because I like less options for food. And I like that. That means we're more likely to go eat some nice meat. Get a burger.
Fish is meat.
No, that's not. It's fish.
Chris, do you eat sushi? I don't think I've ever seen you eat sushi.
You know what? It's a con for me because I don't eat enough sushi for it to come up a lot.
Do you like it though?
I like sushi, yeah.
One night we're going to go to a good sushi restaurant
Oh, yeah.
after the show. Maybe the next time we do a party, we'll go. Sushi Seki is now down the street on the Upper West Side here. and we'll go there. Because you can't go to shitty sushi places in the mall
really
and then
bad.
say that you don't like sushi.
Yeah.
That just doesn't do you any good. This place, and I go to the one on the east side, has wrecked me for shitty sushi. It's terrible that I now become this person who are like, ugh, I need to go to the other place.
Yeah, it raised the bar for my sushi dining experience.
Look at Chris looking when you said raise the bar. He was raised in a bar.
All right, PC&D.
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 Says that they cannot tell you what they do for a living. They will not tell you what it is. They say, don't worry about it. I can't explain it. Cannot tell you.
For me, this is pro. You know why?
Huh.
I love the eternal mysterious dance. And so it begins.
So poetic.
And by the way, I'm not telling them what I do for a living either.
I think they can look it up, though.
Well, if they got a new car, they can.
Vito.
It's a deal breaker for me because I don't know what she's doing. What if she's a killer? What if she's
a
going to kill me?
prostitute.
She's gonna kill
the big
me.
deal?
What if she's
Don't worry,
a
it's just prostitute.
prostitute, stripper? I don't know what's
First of
going
all,
on.
random killing never gets you paid. So somebody would actually have to pick you out for her to kill.
Chris.
Neutral. I don't care enough.
You want to neutral on every single thing.
So neutral on everything.
You don't want to tell me? Fine, whatever. You want to eat some sushi? No? Good.
Then wait in the car.
Coach, could you be with a man?
Could you be with a man?
I just want to know your orientation. That's all. Could you be with a man who would not tell you what they did for a living?
I think I could, and I would do so gladly. Only because I could just come up with the wildest things to like tell my friends or my family, like, yeah, he's in the CIA. He didn't come to family dinner because he's on a mission.
Well, that's actually
He just didn't want to come.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like you.
Well, here's the deal, though. She dates Argentinians, so she's used to guys not saying what they do for a living. They're just at cafes drinking small coffees.
I guess the what you would assume would be very different for men versus women.
Right.
Like if it was a man, everyone would go, okay, he's like in the CIA or he's in the mafia. Those are like the only two
Right.
things that could
But if
be.
you're in either, you should have a fake job that you tell people. You know what Al Capone told everybody that he did?
What's that?
He would have said on his business card, nobody? Furniture moving. He just said he was a furniture mover.
But
Furniture.
did he at least own the business?
I don't have no idea.
Was he just like the guy who moved the furniture?
Every time that he handed to people, they all laugh. Like, yeah, right. Furniture moving.
Am I right?
Yeah.
I think I need you to move a little furniture over here.
Well, that guy, Scorsese, his thing was, I hear you paint houses, and that's because he would shoot people. So the whole thing
Right,
was like
paint.
he's painting. How cool!
That is cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I met that guy when I was younger. The
You
guy
did?
from that movie, yeah, he was a Delaware guy. And guess who else that he used to deal with? A young senator run by the name of Joe Biden.
What?
Because that guy used to be involved in union work,
Oh, shit.
and that's all I'm saying about anything.
That's it. That's all you
Let
have
it
to say.
dangle.
That's all you have to say.
Don't ask questions
Yeah.
about Joe Biden. Does the nation still love Joe Biden, or how do they feel?
Everybody loves anybody who's on their way out and they're not running for anything. So yeah, everyone feels good because you're not going to see him much anymore. If he was running for president, people would probably be furious.
Because I know when he wasn't, everyone was like, "Please, Joe," and I was like, "I didn't know you guys loved him so much.
Yeah.
It's great." But if he would have said yes, we're like, "I don't like him anymore."
He seems silly.
We need our politicians to play hard to get.
We need our politicians not to have failed hair plugs. You know, if you're going to get the plugs, they should work.
All right, PC&D.
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 PC&D
PC&D.
has a massive pet snake.
Oh God, I'm so glad you said pet snake.
Yeah, right.
Didn't know where you were going with
I don't know what
this.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Cock.
All right, Chris Stanley, massive pet snake.
Pro. You know, I like an animal lover.
It's not an animal.
Yeah, it's an animal. It's
A reptile.
Yeah, it's a reptile. I think it's a good quality.
You think it's a good quality?
Yeah. If they care about other fucking living things.
Because you could never?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Coach.
No. My ex-boyfriend has 3 pet snakes, and he sent me a video of him feeding them the little mice things, and they just attack them, and I'm just like, oh.
They will eat mice.
I can't see that.
I'm neutral. I like to watch the snake eat for
You would-
feeding time.
Oh, I thought you meant sexually. You like to watch.
No.
That
like
was
to-
your thing.
Feed it a mouse every now and then, but I don't want to deal with it too much. I don't like the sliminess.
I would say strong con for me for the opposite reason. Like I think as a rodent lover, I actually really find them to be cute.
You're a lover of rodents.
I do. What about you, Ron Bennington?
Deal breaker. There's nothing more scumbaggy than a girl who owns a giant snake. You know what I mean? Like, traditionally, this is the sleazy, weird, kinky, sexual. I hate to say hua, but I don't know any other word to use.
And something about a girl who wants to sing. It doesn't seem like that's not a rich girl's game.
No, it's not a rich girl's game, and that's not a girl who won't cheat on you if she's got a giant snake. Everything's on the fucking table with this chick. Look who it is. Steve Leeds walking by.
Steve Leeds.
There
he goes.
The other follows, but Steve leads. I always like to say to him, if it bleeds, it's leads.
Is that right before you shake him?
Yeah, and I cut him. And I said, what'd I tell you?
All right, PC and D
PC and D.
PC and D.
PC and D.
PC and D.
cannot drive.
It's a deal breaker for me because I can't drive, so we ain't going anywhere.
Such a New York thing. You wouldn't say this in another single city.
I'm in
Chris?
Vito's spot deal breaker because neither I can drive.
I'm trying to go places.
I have known a lot of couples who have had this exact issue, which is why I thought of it is people who grew up in the city, they need an outsider who's
Right.
able to drive them places.
They need to be with somebody with that mysterious driver's license.
Because otherwise they can never go on trips.
Well-
They're like, oh, no
Well, now
trips.
with Uber, I think that they feel a little more comfortable.
No, do you know how many places I wanted to go with my ex that there was no way to get to because none of us drove? I wanted to go to Cooperstown so badly, and there's no bus that goes to Cooperstown.
There's not a train there?
No.
There's not a
Cooperstown
train?
is in a weird place.
Yeah, you have to drive there, and I really want to go to Cooperstown.
You know what? I've never been there that it wasn't packed.
Really?
It's just always packed every time I'm up there. It's a beautiful little town.
It's really
but,
cute
I
there.
tend to go there during summer, which could be a mistake. I'm sure I could go up there in the winter and lay down on the floor. I'm, none. I don't give a fuck one way or another.
Wouldn't bother. Well, you're a driver.
Yes, I'm a driver. You know, what can I tell you? I drive. I know
How'd
it
you do
seems
it?
crazy.
Tell us how.
You've got a license, goddammit.
I have a license, but I got my license because I was going away to college, which I
Yeah.
needed a car to be there, and have not driven since college.
Seems like it just sits around and you're thinking about it a lot. You bring up driving more than any other person I've ever met in my
Is that
life.
true?
Yeah.
Do I bring it up a lot?
You bring it up quite a bit.
All
on
the
air.
time, 4 times a day.
Yeah, no. Let's say now you're being silly.
See, now I know he must be kidding too.
Yes. You know what? I've lost my. lead
You've
in
lost
this.
your cred. And what about you, Coach?
Well, I can't drive either, so deal breaker. 'Cause
Deal
I want
breaker.
to be able to go to the beach, have a bonfire, maybe perform rituals for the ocean.
Cannot make a bonfire.
That's just illegal.
Crackle,
you can't
crackle.
do that for other reasons.
Hey, we snuck my dog onto the beach once. She was so happy.
That's probably illegal,
Bopping
too.
around.
There are
Probably.
the occasional beaches that are dog beaches. That does say you can bring your dog on
Yeah.
this beach. It's rare, but it's fun.
I feel like it's dangerous.
So
Now,
much
Coney
fun.
Island has a rule, like
No
certain
Puerto
months. Certain months of the year, you can have your dog there, but not during prime beach time. So, like in the fall and in the winter, you can take your dog to the beach for a walk, but you can't be having your dog there in the middle of summer.
There's some good train beaches in the city, though.
Train beaches?
And
Yeah.
like you go to the
Take your
Rockaways.
train.
The Rockaways.
Take your train for a walk.
Although that is a haul,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to take a train and a bus,
which
and then you
is
got to walk.
it's a lot of fun on the way there, but on the way back and just being like on a cold air-conditioned train, and you're just like heat, and you're all sandy, and you're like, this was a terrible mistake.
Yeah.
And then there's like the weird thing of being dressed for the beach on the subway, which you feel very unnatural. It's like
You
a
are.
very weird
Grimy.
look.
Yeah. And you don't want to be bad, even dressed for the train on the beach either. You know, it doesn't fit you any which way. But coming home from everywhere, no matter where you are, makes it feel like it wasn't worth it. I don't care. Concert, sporting event, doesn't matter. Like, I can't believe I fucking came out today. I can't believe I was just dancing around happy a little while ago. I hate myself now.
That was it.
Yeah, pretty much every trip that ends in traffic is like, why did we even do this?
Any trip that ends makes you just think, why did we even do this? This was a terrible idea. Like, even catching a plane home from everywhere, no one, like, little kids will be excited on a plane to go somewhere. On their way back, they're like, oh, God, I hate planes. I hate this place.
Yeah.
You're just like, yes, because we're coming back.
My longest travel was going to Italy. And on the way there, I was like, I'm not a great flyer, but I'm so excited, and this is ahead of me. On the way back, all the anxiety hit me that didn't happen
Right.
the first time around. I was like terrible layovers, circling around.
Nightmares.
in the
Nightmares
middle.
coming back.
And I was saying, I wish I hadn't gone to Italy. This plane ride is so bad. I wish I didn't have this beautiful experience.
I feel that way no matter what I do. I just go, I wish I didn't leave. This is dumb.
Do you guys feel like we've learned so much about Coach? I mean,
I feel like I know less about her than when this started. Coach, we appreciate you being in, though.
Thank you.
yeah, this was
It's short for Coachella. We're going to be back. I think we'll let Joey Jojo jump in here. Everybody gets a chance today. This Friday, Unmasked with Big J Okerson. Your chance to win the signed Big J Okerson Unmasked poster. This is Bennington.
that's a slow, sexy summer jam right there.
Is it?
I think it is.
Wait,
Got a sexy, slow days of summer
are we
vibes.
even officially summer yet? This is what I don't get about the calendar. I think it says we're officially summer like June 23rd.
It's late June, yeah.
That's crazy.
I have a certain weird thing with summer where, despite the fact that I am not a child, I am not in school, nor do I have any children, I feel
Are
like
they in school?
if the kids are out, it's summer. So I just kind of feel like
No,
that.
that's how I felt when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I actually would call the last day of school first day of summer. And
Yeah.
that's why I did bad in school. I mean, I could not get beyond my own rules. But the calendar's fucked up. I mean, even by heat, you know.
Yeah. I mean, the weather was so weird this year. And then we had like a lot of cold weather. And then all of a sudden, our Memorial Day ended up being like a hot kind of weekend. And then the year before that, it was still cold.
Yeah. It's, the Spanish call this Al Gore. And I don't know exactly what Al Gore stands for, but it's something to be frightened about.
We've just been gored.
Yeah. Nothing is going to live except for cockroaches and robots.
God damn it.
I plan on becoming one or the other. Or like Chris is, he's actually combined the two and he's a cockbot.
Now, what is the maximum temperature for you that you can handle where you're like, okay, this is warm, but I'm comfortable enough to be.
Well, people around the country would probably be surprised by this, but I believe I've never been anything hotter than 105. I think the hottest day I've ever experienced was 105. And I came close to killing myself that day. So people who say they've been in 120, I can't imagine. Have you been ever in a place hotter than 105?
I think that the hottest I've it ever was in the desert, and I believe it was like 110. It was not like 120, but
those extra 5 degrees are
Yeah.
5 degrees of death. You know what I mean? Like, you're at a point now. It's not like when you go from 60 to 65. You're in what they call the degrees of death.
yeah.
It's more. Every degree could kill you more. Chris, what about you?
I remember vividly the hottest day I experienced was 3 years ago.
92.
It was 102 degrees out in the city, and I had to go buy a fan to put in front of my air conditioner. I was sitting in air conditioning, and I was sweating. It was disgusting.
I agree.
It was screwed up.
Look, I remember mine vividly that it was 105, but I got to add this because me and your uncle and our grandma, the one from the Carney one, right? She'd come to visit us. It was 105. He's freaking out. He says, let's go. We got to get out of here. We're going to the beach. I take a fucking baggie, start to do meth, get on the phone, invite his ex-girlfriend, and then we all get into a Mustang together, drive to the beach. He's furious at me, right? And she's in the back. By the way, later they went and got married. But, and I'm just talking the whole time. And he's so pissed at me. He's like, shut up, man. Shut up. And I have my head in the back seat. You know, I was like in 10th grade or something like that. I was out of my mind. But so that's why I remember that was 105. And this is something everybody should know. Meth will liquefy in that kind of heat. It is nasty. It is fucking the nastiest, gaggest taste. So was that where you were going with this?
Yeah, I just wanted to know how hot's too hot for meth was actually what was my question.
Great question.
This is not meth weather, okay?
Let me grab the lead on this one.
Funny you would bring this up.
Isn't it funny? You just fucking get cranked up and then you pick up a phone and invite somebody? Kind of, if I'm going to be honest, I don't even think I did invite her, but I did say we got to stop for her. So yeah, I guess I did.
That's kind of an invitation.
Yeah. He was pissed.
But I think my threshold for heat is higher than other people. And I actually...
not mine. It's lower.
You think...
No, for me.
Yeah.
I'm 73, 74 degrees, and I'm
that's your
starting
comfort zone.
like a lady down south.
Yeah.
You know, I have a little fan in front of me.
Because I'm most comfortable, I believe, in the mid-90s range.
How are you?
I believe that because I honestly believe like a tropical bird or like a cold-blooded reptile, I was born in a tropical climate.
Right.
And I actually believe that my body temperature was set at that point, and mid-90s is a comfortable place for me.
First of all, you've kind of mythologized yourself. You know what I mean? Like
when I was a young...
You gave yourself an origin story. Now, here's what you got to remember about Vito and Chris. They're hot down somewhere in the city. The back of their neck is dirty and gritty.
I will agree that heat in the city cannot compare to any tropical place. I mean, I was in Mexico and it was humid. It was jungle weather and I was more comfortable there, and it was like 10 degrees hotter than it was back home. And then I got to the city and was like, this is gross. It's just all these bodies.
It's grime.
It's a very different city. Heat is intense.
My threshold is like, I'm going to say 90 degrees because last year I had a Sunday Mets plan and I missed 3 games. Because I checked the weather and I was like, I'm not sitting out.
You don't go to Sunday baseball because of the heat. But you had a Sunday package.
I had a Sunday package. There was 3 games. I had 3 games where I was like, I'm not sitting out there in that fucking melting pot of just...
I used to buy my dad weekend packages too because, you know, it wasn't like, you don't want to have to go to 80-some games, right?
Right.
So you get to week and he'd be like, I'm not going. I'm gonna burn up. But you can get really good seats. Like I had them down like first base, and it was in like a decent deal on it.
Right.
But unless the shade came into that area,
Sure.
not nightmarish.
Now, Joe, I would imagine you have the most difficulty for the same origin story that I have.
Yeah.
You're a child of cold,
Yeah.
a son of the north.
So if it's a humid heat, it's 65 degrees. And if it's a dry heat, it's 72 degrees.
I don't believe you.
And then after that, I was in a cranky mood all of last week because it was so hot out.
This is the beginning of the year for you too. Dude.
Yeah.
But here's the deal: Minnesota gets hot in the summer, right?
It does. Yeah. Not like here, though.
And a lot of mosquitoes and stuff, though, like a lot of bug biting.
So many lakes there that it's just mosquito central.
Ooh.
Just stagnant water
What is that
everywhere.
the disease that babies get?
Zika.
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 Oh. Is it Zika?
Zika.
keep saying it wrong.
We're switching it back and forth.
Zika.
Fucking Fika. Let's call the whole thing off. If I lived in fucking Minnesota and there was all those lakes, I'd have to drown somebody. Just
Fill with cement.
I just push this fucking thing around.
There's so many of them.
Something to do
You
sometimes.
can't drown somebody at the Jersey Shore because a wave comes in and knocks you over. And you're like, yeah, I was just joking. A nice fucking lake. Put it down.
And you'll never find them. There's way too many.
No. You had a 1 in 10,000 chance that the body will be found. 1 in 10,000. I'll take those odds any day.
All right, I've got a game for you guys.
Oh, good.
We are going to do
Mm-hmm.
the Mount Rushmore of.
Okay.
So this is going to be a top 4 status.
All right.
You have to build the Mount Rushmore of American guitarists. American rock god guitarist.
All right. Let me.
Jesus.
Now, I was thinking how we could do this is
We could all
each-
agree on certain
we
names?
have to maybe come to a decision as a group.
All right.
So
I'm
you
gonna
can
say,
toss somebody out.
let's say that we all agree this. Do we all agree that Dwayne Allman is on this Mount Rushmore of guitar players?
I'm going to put Allman on the short list for sure.
Short list, it means he's on Mount Rushmore.
Start carving, Ron. Wait, Almond's face in that fucking rock.
I'm not doing the carving.
Chris, I feel like
Or
you've
else I
taken
don't want to do it at all.
Chris, I feel like you've taken my game too seriously, and this is not going to result in needing to find the skill.
Radio
break
show
through
arrested.
lines.
You're carving
So
mountains.
first, I guess we have to get rid of the faces that exist. I'm going to throw one in.
Yeah.
Prince. Prince is going on, and I'm not just saying it because it's topical for 2016. Prince is maybe our greatest American guitarist.
Vito, do you have one?
I do. It is Peter Frampton because
He's not American.
he's not American.
No.
No.
Did you ever hear him talk?
No.
Do you, hey, you England, feel like I do. And that's British. How can we play games with this guy? He doesn't understand where people are born.
I've only seen him speak with his hands.
Oh, good God.
All you gotta do is get the live album he's talking. What reason were you gonna give that an Englishman would
It
be?
was that day he was here, and I was like, "This is so fucking cool that I'm watching this dude play a little acoustic concert right now."
God.
That is sweet, though.
It's dumb though. It's seriously
It doesn't
dumb.
work for the mountain.
Hey, speaking of mountain, Leslie West. We all agree on Leslie West.
Carve.
Put it.
I mean, he was in a band called
Chris,
Mountain.
stop carving. You're prematurely carving.
Do you understand what you just said by bringing up Mountain? All right, there's an
Joe.
obvious one for you, Joe.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Hendrix. We need to put on Hendrix.
Hendrix is definitely on.
I don't know, because you play a lot in England.
Wait. No, I'm sorry. This is not what I... Look,
All right, then throw
he's
clapping
an
on.
American. He is an American guitarist.
But he made it in
He's
England.
a rock god. This is going to be an American monument.
All right. Stevie Ray.
Stevie Ray is definite.
All right, so who do we have that's definite so far?
Hendrix.
Dwayne Allman,
Wait.
Stevie Ray, and then who's next?
Leslie West.
No.
Let me tell you, he's in trouble.
Not looking good for West.
I'm just saying he's the most vulnerable.
What about a Chuck Berry?
What about him?
I got one for you guys. It's Van Halen, not Van Hagar. Eddie Van
Also
Halen.
not born in America.
What?
You didn't know that?
No.
What's he?
What is he? He's like a German.
Come on, man.
This is a xenophobic show.
I mean, he's an American citizen now, but I don't think he was born there.
I'm going to check out where Van Halen's actually from.
Good. Not the band, because they'll say Pasadena. I mean, that's...
He's Dutch, Ron.
Thank you.
He's
Yeah.
Dutch.
First of all, I'm on a show that doesn't understand borders. I mean, this is why I think Donald Trump could lose.
That's why I say Slash belongs on that mountain. That's an American boy.
No, he's definitely
He's
American.
American, but would you put him in top 4 greatest of all time?
He belongs there.
I don't know if he's my top 4 of Guns N' Roses guitar players.
Buckethead?
All right.
And Bumblefoot.
Oh, yeah.
Of every name, who's the definitive that we've come up with? Who's the nobody's going to have a problem with this one
Well,
going on?
we got to say Hendrix
Yeah.
is, even though Chris,
Why is he so upset? Because Hendrix has played shows in other countries.
It's because he broke it. Because we didn't appreciate him at the time.
he
That's
did
why.
play over here a lot.
He did.
Before he went, he was playing with, I forget who, like Little Richard. He was a guitar player. Maybe Otis or one of those guys.
Look, he's on the mountain, okay?
Mountain. That reminds me.
Where's West in this situation?
Mississippi Queen.
It's a kick-ass song.
Yeah, it really is.
All right. Jimmy's on.
Norton?
Sure. Look, he's going to be on a different mountain. Chris, get started on. Prince, booted or on?
I don't know if he's on. I mean, I understand that he could play. I'm just saying it's not how he made his total living. You know?
It was the rest of him muddled the guitar playing.
How did it muddle it?
Everything else he did, he was a very talented man. So I don't think he was chiefly known as a guitar player. I know he went out of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Everyone looked like shit, but
You think that you have to have a certain subtlety about your nature, a certain mystique that you're not showboating.
It should be all about guitar, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's the opposite of the mistake. It's just like, this guy's a fucking guitar player. I don't think that's not the first thing people think about when they think about Prince, even though he was ridiculously good at it.
Where Stevie Ray, you would just be like Stevie
Guitar
Ray
player.
Vaughan.
Guitar player.
You see guitar, not anything else about him.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
So Hendrix and Dwayne and Stevie Ray are my 3 picks. You guys can fight over the 4th, and I won't say a word. Vito, what do you say?
BB King. Am I going to find out he's Canadian?
You know what? Don't blame facts for the fact that you don't know shit. You're going back to acting like you've been duped.
I feel duped by Eddie Van Halen.
You know, it's kind of interesting. We don't even have any of the old blues guys on there, though.
I feel like Chuck Berry I would put on before BB.
Why?
He stole everything from Marty McFly.
But here's the thing about Chuck Berry. Yeah, I mean, he was a great songwriter if we were playing the songwriter game. But, you know, is he going to duck walk his way up that mountain? I'm not so sure.
How about Carlos Santana?
Make sure he's not Mexican.
This is a good call.
It matters. It really matters.
I might have screwed
We
this whole thing.
We need the long form birth certificate for this mountain.
You know, I'm fucking idiot. He was born in Mexico.
Thank you. All right, so far, every one of you has tried to give away this.
All right, you know what? If I don't have any, if nobody's going to speak up, Prince is going on.
Leslie
BB
West.
King.
Robert Johnson. Even further back.
But did he shred?
Yeah, but
No one shredded then.
You didn't have to shred, Chris.
everyone got it from him.
First of all, we don't have a shredder up there, really.
Hendrix shreds.
Yeah, I guess. You're right.
He's first and foremost shredder.
He was a proto shredder.
I'm now starting to lean a little bit towards BB King.
BB King.
I think a blues guy needs to go on.
Yeah, I kind of agree
You
with
know?
that. And there's a lot of them, though.
All
That's
right.
the fucking problem we have.
So I'm going to tell you this list as we have it right now. Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan,
Right.
Dwayne Allman, BB King. Is everyone comfortable with that? Because this is, once we start getting dynamite to those rocks.
I'm gonna do
Once
it.
Chris gets in with the detail work with the chisel.
I'm gonna do it just to end it. I'm done. I'm done with the frustration. I just don't want to keep hearing more fucking foreigners brought up. By the time Chris didn't know
I
Santana,
love someone called John Lennon.
Come on.
all right, now we got to do.
And then he also went, BB, let me find out BB King's Canadian.
Seriously, I mean, he acted like somehow we've been pulling the rug over his eyes by being honest.
Why wouldn't you tell me?
I thought for sure you were going to pick a member of the East Street Band. That's what I was praying for. But what did I know? You saw a fucking concert in the hallway here, so you decided to pick him.
I'm not a homer.
Yes, you are.
You're nothing but a homer. Let's go, Mets, go.
There's a Mets fan.
You're
I know.
always out there meeting the Mets, greeting the Mets.
Why don't you just seat the Mets? All right. Well, I hate that game.
All right. I have another game for you.
Yeah.
This is a ranking game.
Oh,
You
boy.
are to rank the last 5 Super Bowl winners, best teams.
Oh, this is a tough one. Ranker cranker. All right, let's go back. You've got the Denvers,
Denver.
Broncos,
Patriots.
Patriots,
Seahawks.
Seahawks before that.
Ravens.
I know who's the bottom of my barrel.
And Giants.
And then the New York Giants.
Football Giants.
So just that specific year's team.
Yeah, just
Yes,
those winners.
Exactly.
I'm going to put Denver at the top of that. I think they had the best defense. After that, I'm going to go with Patriots. Who was the other team?
Seahawks.
Let's put Seahawks in third, then Giants, and then finally Ravens. You know what? I think I just pulled. I destroyed your game.
What happened to
I
my
didn't
game?
mean-
No, I'm putting the Seahawks first.
Seahawks
I'm
first.
putting the Seahawks first because that team had a better offense than that Denver's team. Then Denver goes second. Then the Patriots barely beat out the Giants, and then the Ravens. I think the Ravens belongs number
We all
fifth.
agree that the Ravens are at the bottom of the barrel.
They beat
Is
Yeah,
that
they
unanimous?
suck.
All right, Joe, you got your list?
I do.
Yeah.
Broncos are number 1
Thanks.
This is crazy.
for Von Miller.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Where's the boo?
He was incredible.
No, I thought Denver was a better defense than Seattle had.
And then Patriots would be number 2. Seattle number 3.
What?
Giants and then Ravens. Patriots
You
because
know what? I'm leaning over with Joe. I like
Yeah.
what Joe's doing here because the Patriots turned around and beat Seattle.
yeah.
So it was basically the same defense. And let's face it, they won that game going away. It was so easy for them.
Oh, that was fucking close. Everyone's forgetting how great the goddamn Seahawks were. Remember we were saying dynasty.
I did. I said dynasty, and what did they do?
It didn't
They
happen.
yanked it away with a pass at the end of the game.
But the
so they suffered.
That Seahawks fucking team is better than the Broncos team.
No, I don't think so.
100%. Marshawn Lynch and fucking Russell Wilson are better than anything they put on the field on offense.
No, that's not true.
100% true.
My
yes.
son Lynch stinks. He had to retire. He's so bad.
No, he retired because he was so good for so long.
What? That doesn't make sense. You don't know that. They don't make
You've got
people
to get
retire
out
for
of
goodness.
here. You're just too good.
right,
now
what
that
do you got, Vito?
you put Giants at second to last. Is that
second to last.
We all agree Giants are second to last.
Yeah.
Barely.
No. Yes.
You're a
But
Giants
so,
fan.
Let's go. We all agree. So we just have the people at the top 3.
It's top 3, yes.
Yeah. Vito, do you agree or you?
I'm agreeing with Chris that
Thank
the Seahawks
God.
are number 1.
Wait, then you get number 2, the Rough Riders from Canada. See, he doesn't even know the countries.
This is the
Let's
Grey
get
Cup.
rid of him.
Beat it.
All right, good. So who you got?
Then I'm going Pats. Then I'm going Broncos.
So really, you guys are just swapping your Seahawks Broncos fight here.
Well, none of us agreed. I went over to Joe. Vito half agrees with Chris. It's going to be a long night by the time we get to the end of this.
I don't think the Broncos are the best team because, one, I don't think the NFL is that good this year. So I don't think their performance this year,
By the way, let's say last year because this year we haven't played yet.
this past year.
The fucking Broncos are ridiculous.
Yeah.
With
I'm on your side.
No, now I'm pissed at just shitting on the Broncos because
What happened?
they're a firm number 2.
Your games hurt people.
I didn't realize I didn't want to tear you guys apart
No,
this way.
we're
And I
already
didn't-
done.
I mean, look what they did to Cam Newton.
Let's
the
all
best-
disagree with Joe because I did. I gave it mine.
Definitely not.
We got to compromise and move on to the next game.
But why are you mad at Vito if you're on
Fuck
the same
Chris, I agree with Joe too.
There it is.
Thank you.
There it is. Your attitude cost you this game.
Now go etch that somewhere
Kiss my ass.
to a mountain.
I've already gotten 2 texts that we will be arrested if we try it even. They said even on the sandcastle.
Now, I will just go ahead and seal the deal there for the winners. based solely on their uniforms and colors.
All right.
Which is how I pick teams. Who do you think has the best uniform or logo? What do you call it?
Logo.
You know what? I'm going
Logo.
to say one now that this was my favorite when I was a little kid. And now that they're back, I feel wonderful about it. The Los Angeles Rams.
You liked the ram horn.
I like the spiral, if you want to know the truth. It opens up every key to every universe, and you will see that time is shaped as a spiral. You're going to find that out when you die. And I've known that to be true through meditation. So I'm picking, because you really got to go by helmet, not some logo that they put up on a poster somewhere.
Right.
Los Angeles Rams, and the blue and yellow. It's an exciting color, and you're all going to see it now. You know them as the shitty St. Louis Rams. When they get in LA, it's going to be the glamour of Rodeo Drive and Beverly Hills herself.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be so nice.
I want to see them have a little, pep in their step for once.
They will. They will.
Now, what I like about that helmet is that it's saying, I am a ram.
Right.
Like, not only are we
Right.
like the Rams, the Rams are on our side. Like me, I'm a ram. I like
Very
that
true.
look.
Very, very true.
And like, who also had that was the Bengals. I don't know if
They're saying they're horses?
yeah, or no, they have
But
the stripes, I mean.
Yeah, but it'd be better if there was nostrils somewhere on the front of it.
Right.
You like the Bengals? Because, it's the most hated of all uniforms.
Because it's too, like...
Pajama. It looks like...
They look like
Sure.
a furry out
You look
there.
like yeah.
So that's taking it too
Right.
far, maybe.
It was like that fucking horse guy that we were talking about, that these guys are dressing up as horses. Oh, no, they're dogs. I'm sorry. They're dogs.
As a kid, I was very drawn to the Chargers helmet.
I like the
because I
Chargers
always
too.
thought that they kind of looked like the definitive good guys. It was like
Yeah.
white with that.
I agree.
It kind of had like a...
You know what ruined
Like
it
a
for me,
superhero.
though? When I found out that the charge was for American Express.
No.
Yeah, because the guy who founded that company had American Express.
Are you serious? That's really true?
Yeah.
That ruins everything.
Well, Gail, let's go to Homer Joe. We all know what he's going to pick.
Well, you guys think I might pick the Vikings.
Now, let's take a look at the Viking helmet, because it is a good one, but you're saying
Yeah.
no, not the Viking helmet. Look at this.
I love it.
Again, another helmet that says, I am a Viking.
I'm a Viking
I'm a
myself.
Viking.
Yeah.
Love the horns, but as a kid, I loved the Steelers helmet because I thought it was a
It's
very
fucking
old school.
ridiculous.
I don't
It's like an old
I put it
school-
as the worst, and it's only on one side.
Yeah, it's on one
Everybody
side.
with OCD goes crazy.
Yeah, as a Libra, that doesn't appeal to me.
And then guess what? It's like a union thing in a town where they fucked over the unions.
Is that what the colors stand for?
Yeah, it's like a union patch.
No.
Now here's the deal. They don't even make fucking steel in this town anymore. They should fucking call themselves the Pittsburgh Art Galleries or the Pittsburgh Late Brunches.
The loft spaces.
Thank you.
Right?
Worst fucking helmet. Can we all agree?
Yeah, I don't
Worst.
like that one. I don't like at all.
It's terrible.
And then who was the one who just has the orange helmet?
Oh, the Browns.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Ugh.
I still prefer it. At least it's symmetry, where this one has nothing. Like in college, when you see fucking the Nittany Lions out of Penn State, and you're like, hey, it seems like they don't even like football. This is great.
I've always found the Cowboys to be a very hateable, though. Like there's something about it, like
It's hated or loved.
yeah, like kind of the way I saw the Chargers look like good guys. Cowboys just look like bad guys to me.
And yet some people consider it the actual good guy look. Like almost like the superhero. He's
Right.
got a star. You know, he's the sheriff in town. He's here for you. I agree with you. I despise it.
It's a symbol for human garbage.
Thank you. There is,
fucking
by
sick.
the way, the symbol for human garbage would be a person shoved in a trash can. It would be so
which they could actually swap out for their logo.
Let me tell you, this fucking Joe, this is how surprising. He's got one of the great helmets.
Yeah.
And he picks two shittier ones.
No.
This is why, I tried to go, I'm going to fuck with his Vikings thing, attack it before he builds it up.
Yeah.
Because it's almost, there's no defense when you say that's a great helmet.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you, Vito?
Well, I can't root for my team's helmet because I think the Jets have a really shitty helmet.
They do. They're
They do.
embarrassing.
And thank you for
It's
admitting.
stupid, and I feel like they were like, oh, the Giants already took the NY, so let's just fucking throw something out there.
They don't. There was another team here. You should go and find a town that likes you.
You got a cool name like Jets. You can do anything.
Yeah,
with
go
it.
to Scranton. People would love to have you in Scranton.
So my pick
Yeah.
is, as a kid, I thought the Raiders helmet symbolized badass.
It is. I mean, when gangs dress like you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Before they go out and gack someone, doing
Yeah.
a drive-by.
That one is actually probably the definitive. Like we look like the bad guy team in the movie.
And yet, look how effeminate the Raider itself is.
Zoom in on,
I mean,
on
yeah.
Mr. Raider there.
Make Mr. Raider as big as you can. And you...
This guy's not pillaging.
He's not.
Also,
He's-
I never realized this. He's wearing an old timey football helmet.
Yeah, it's an old-timey football
Wait.
helmet. With those-
I never noticed this.
And this
This is so weird.
First of all, there's no face mask, and which is why he lost his eye. And he's forced to wear that eye patch.
And then I think he might be wearing an ascot.
Yeah.
He's wearing some sort of neckwear.
But it's an old school. He looks like Clutch Cargo or one of those old fucking comics from the 1930s.
like that's
Where's
just,
George fucking Creed?
It's better colors than it is logo.
yeah, like I never noticed that guy was wearing an old timey football helmet because in my mind he was just some
He was a
sort
raider.
of some sort of raider, pillager. But I never noticed he had that with the eye patch.
It's terrible.
It's a very strange look, but the colors are classic.
Black and silver, all men are going to be drawn to that.
Now, do people hate the Ravens? The
People
Ravens
don't
look,
even think about them,
yeah.
right?
Because I kind of like it, but I was wondering if is it like more effeminate goth girl look about it.
It looks like a made-up Oliver Stone logo and team name.
the Sharks.
By the way,
New York
we're
Knights.
the Ravens because a guy wrote a book here once. So Ravens, everybody.
No fucking
I mean,
sense.
that's a little eggheady. And then there's a B on your Raven. That's bad.
Yeah,
Now the purple and black is a kind of a good.
yeah,
That works.
I like anybody who stands out and says we're not going to just do the regular red, white, and blue.
We're going to go for masculine colors,
Right.
You know, and almost saying we're on the side of evil. You know?
yes. So evil, you're from the fruits of the devil.
Chris Stanley is his name.
Seattle Seahawks. I know I was going on about them before, but it's the best bird fucking helmet out of all of
We're
them.
not asking for best bird helmet.
He's right.
You guys didn't remember that I brought up the topic. What's your favorite bird on a helmet?
Look at that bird.
Now look, here's the problem with that.
I mean, that's an angry looking fucking bird.
And what's that tell you?
No one's
Angry bird.
denying it, dude.
It's stupid. Now I like the Eagles go with "We Have Wings,"
Yeah,
right?
that's a good look.
Not the head of the bird going past you. That doesn't look like he's the bird. It looks like the bird trying to catch up on the play. Now, here's what I will give them. I like the fact that they were the first team, I think, to go to full solid colors, right?
Yeah.
We're blue on blue, and you get out there.
Yeah.
I wish they went full white on the days that they're wearing white. I do think something works like that. I think black kids are right when they think matching means wearing the exact same colors.
But they have what? Like different pants? They wear like the.
Yeah, they were.
yeah,
blue
they
pants.
blue
just
pants?
yeah. Like I don't see. I
Because
don't
then
like.
it looks like he's wearing jeans out there. It's
I
a
don't
weird
like.
look.
I don't like any. Here's the thing. I don't like when any team does that, and I don't like when any team they let their pants go up over their knees and then they've got short socks. I like the old
Yeah.
school wearing sannies. You're wearing socks up to your fucking nuts. You know, this ridiculous.
I think the colors are important because for you, the Eagles, I prefer the previous colors
right.
to this kind of strange blue green kind
Yeah.
of color. I like the classic, like Kelly green.
Well, look what the Buccaneers did. They went from the worst uniforms and logo into one of the cooler uniforms and logo, now into a ridiculous, ugly fucking uniform.
what? That's their newest one?
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be fucking playing against Starship Troopers.
Yeah, that looks like
after-
rollerball
and
or
then the
something.
same of the night of the prom. It's terrible.
It's a digital clock on their fucking chest.
I know. What do you fucking think? We all don't have computers? Stop it.
Do they do the ones with swords? Because I know, is that Rutgers or
On
is
the
that the
side
Buccaneers?
of the helmet?
No, like the ones on their jerseys will be sword points. I don't know if that's Rutgers.
No,
I don't know if that's the Bucks.
Rutgers are not a fucking pro team.
No, I know. I'm just trying to remember which team, if it's the Buccaneers or Rutgers. 'cause
Well,
they
you
have
should do
similar-
that silently to yourself. We're not going to start talking about Rutgers right now.
Yeah, there's no fucking sword point, dude. You're fucking wrong.
We're not even looking it up.
Look
We
at
know
that
that's not a sword.
They already went with digital clock motifs.
Yeah.
See that one at the corner? That's a sword point.
No, you're
It
lying
is
to yourself.
not, dude.
Sword
See that four? See the bottom of that four? This is a
Lying
sword
to
point.
yourself, DeVito.
No, that's definitely not
Don't
it.
try to fight when you're wrong. You're caught, all right? Just fucking go into the jail, as they say. You know, when you're caught in the game, don't act like you weren't grabbed. You were.
Disgusting.
Thank you. All right, what did we decide on?
I guess
Is there a definitive answer?
I think there was
Joe, get that.
Oh, Joe.
Look how he's acting like a baby, trying to turn it off.
Joe. You've
Just-
ruined the whole.
Just what the
Just forget
You know what?
it. We're not gonna have a show then.
Stop acting like you're at a wedding, all right?
Yeah.
You're just at work. Who called you?
It was an alarm I set.
Why are you setting alarms for
For
yourself?
middle of the day. What are you,
Yeah.
drunk?
Oh, that's what he wanted to remember. Take yourself a little drink. No,
This
wait.
is when the booze hound can't put his booze down.
Here's what I like, though. He sets a fucking alarm and then panics when it rings.
He really was flustered when that fucking thing went off. Like he was juggling the fucking
Seriously.
phone.
He's like a girl baby. It's unbelievable the shit that he worries about.
I mean, definitely in his looks, for sure.
Oh, yeah. But, like, if he tries to, like, if he wanted to day off, he'd be like this. Tiger. I'm like, why are you acting like that?
He does go into really bizarre baby talk sometimes.
And he's so fucking ready to agree. You know what? I'm thinking to myself, every time I see this summer thing, I'm thinking I haven't had a hot dog this year.
You haven't had
I
one
haven't
hot
had
dog.
a summer hot dog. Like a summer on the street hot dog. Do you see how a lot of the stands in Midtown are just Oscar Mayer stands or something?
Yeah.
They're all being, any of the carts are becoming like big corporate carts. in
Instead of just
Midtown.
like regular dirty water
Yeah,
dog,
just some fucking
fella.
Arab just soaking hot dogs in hot water and then selling them.
There's a Nathan's one 2 blocks away from here.
A lot of Nathans are popping up.
I didn't even know they had cars.
I was pumped.
Dude,
Yeah.
it just happened within the last couple months.
I swear that Nathan's out in Coney Island is a different experience anywhere else.
Sure, of course. It
Like
is.
it's an entirely
It's
different
the original
experience.
place.
Yeah. Although I always go to Paul's Daughter for hot dogs, not Nathan's when I'm out there. Paul's Daughter is like the other place.
I don't know her. She nice?
Yeah, Google it. It's a really
Either
That's a-
Google it or goggle it.
I'm gonna bing it.
Now, here's a. Is Bing still around?
It still exists.
Is it Chandler Bing?
And then the worst thing is, like, they tried to, like, just get it started, like, and you can bang it if you'd like. And it's like, you mean Google it on Bing. We already have a word for it. That's not going to be the new verb.
Now, Doug Benson, I forget what I heard this or so, and I hadn't had the chance to talk to him about it, but he refuses all condiments,
Yeah.
and his worst is mustard. So can you imagine not putting mustard? Now, I try to take condiments all but out of my life.
I know that about you. You used
But-
to enjoy a condiment, no more.
Well, it's because I want to eat better food and not just eat more condiments.
Right.
But
You're not a hot sauce in your bag swag kind of girl.
I'm not that. I'm not that.
I'm actually a hot dog in my bag swag kind of girl.
That's gross.
Like every restaurant, I'll just take out, like, no, actually, I brought my own hot dog.
You are going to end up being sorry for the lifestyle choices that you made. Now, I gotta have mustard on a hot dog, but I never put mustard like on a ham and cheese. That's disgusting to me.
I always put mustard on ham and cheese.
That's drunk talk.
I go
That's something
mayo.
And mayo,
drunk
both.
people do. You mix mustard mayo?
I do.
Make a choice.
Mustard
with your life.
mayonnaise.
And anybody who puts ketchup on a hot dog, I would just as soon take a fucking knife and cut your head off.
I do it.
Why?
You know what I do? I take an all-American swirl of mustard and an all-American swirl of ketchup together.
All-American is yellow mustard?
No, I mean just like the mixture of the two, and then I like double helix them like that, so it looks nice and pretty.
I can't take
As if, look, you're saying a thing that
No
is
relish?
a very no. Get that away from me.
sauerkraut.
Relish is delicious.
Relish is shit.
Is ketchup okay when it's on the onions?
No.
I love those.
Ketchup and onions on a hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also-
Put your onions on all you want. I'm not stopping you from that.
Also, I go only ketchup on a corn dog.
Corn dog is inedible.
I don't like a corn dog.
I don't know why. It's
really
really
weird.
an incredible food.
Then why don't you go back and have a Twinkie that's been deep fried because
Sure.
it's the same bullshit.
Are you offering? Then yes.
Yeah, I offer everyone walking down the midway a fucking disgusting treat.
Look, I'm not ashamed to like a corn dog.
You should be.
It's like you've taken a hot dog and you've stuck it in cornbread.
It's nasty,
Where are you
man.
going wrong?
Fucking nasty. That's because both.
Do you
both
think
are-
cornbread is nasty?
No, but when you combine two good things, somehow it makes it terrible.
And also, would you?
I'd like you to talk to the Reese's cup then.
Now, here's the thing: would you take cornbread and put a hot dog in the middle of it?
Yeah, I would.
But you have it,
You know
right?
why? You know why I would do it? Because the corn dog exists. I think that I would, if you said you have some sort of bun-like thing made of cornbread, and you put a hot dog in it, I would eat it in a second, and I would only put ketchup.
Here's
on
what I want to do. Did you guys ever have those Italian dogs in Jersey? It's almost like it's a sausage sandwich, but they use a hot dog in it.
Really?
Okay.
I never had one.
It's only in North Jersey.
Okay.
There's only a couple of places that are well known for it. I'll make sure we get some in here one day.
I would love that.
Oh, hell yeah.
That sounds delicious.
I mean, because we're all pro hot
Oh,
dog.
you're not going to be getting one, Gail.
What? Why can't I
Because
have
your
one?
habits
Gail.
disgust me.
Don't give it to Gail, Ron.
No, I'm not, Chris. I already made my
I should be allowed to put whatever condiments on things
Why?
without.
This isn't America.
It is.
Oh, it is?
It truly is.
Shit.
And
That
it's as
screws me up.
American as my mustard ketchup hot
Ugh.
dog.
I was at a baseball game a few weeks ago. And
That's
I was with a friend who got a sausage and pepper, and he
Yeah.
put ketchup and like jalapenos on it, and I was fucking disgusted.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
That
That's a
was
different
just,
type
like,
of
he
food.
went to the toppings area and was like, "I'm going to put all this stuff on it." I was like,
You know
"Just
why?
get a hot
Because it
dog
was
then."
free.
People
That's
like
why
free
they do
stuff.
it.
Now pull up a picture of a ketchup mustard hot dog. This is like the definitive all American look, and see if they do the double helix because that's what I do. Okay, that looks like summertime to me.
You know what that looks like? It looks like a marketing fucking poster that they send out to make inbreds have to purchase something.
Well, you're my dad, so
Yeah.
what does that say about you then?
Well, let me ask my sister. She'll know the answer.
You really go through the time to do the this pattern?
This does not take me
everybody
much
eats
time.
as fast as you do.
You know what? I fucking made hot dogs at home for dinner the other night. I just dipped the hot dog into a bottle of Dijon. I'm kind of ashamed to say that.
Sound ashamed. So you took the cap off of it and then just dunked it like that.
I
You
don't
didn't
know.
take the time to put that mustard on a small plate or bowl.
I just wish the cops with the battering ram had gotten there before you pulled it out of the mustard. You disgust me.
It was delicious.
Now this, I think this was a big Reddit thing. We might have mentioned it on the air a couple weeks ago, but it stays with me. They were all mad because some dictionary said that the hot dog is a sandwich.
Right.
By the definition of what a sandwich is, you have to define a sandwich. And we don't consider hot dogs or hamburgers to be sandwiches.
It's an age-old fight, and it's tricky. Is there meat on a bun, meat and bread combined? Yeah, but who would ever say if someone asked you
But
what
I'm going to say
sandwich
this.
you'd like?
Now that you're putting all the disgusting things on it, you're making it a sandwich. You, Gail. You, Vito. You, Chris. Well, no, you're not.
You're in
You
your
don't
own
have
weird
bread.
category.
Go
Yeah,
watch for
bro.
carbs, Ron. You know?
Yeah, I forgot. You're
On Atkins, you know?
Yeah.
The image of him just screwing off the top and then dunking it in the mustard hole is so upsetting to me.
First of all, he's got the fucking mustard just stuck in his belly button. But there's plenty of room, and he's just dipping in.
It's not your condiments bowl, Chris.
Oh, God.
Just stick this in the old condiments bowl.
It was Merriam-Webster dictionary that decided to throw this out there.
I'm just going to say, when someone says dictionary, that's going to be my assumption.
Oxford dictionary, too.
Good point. All right, fair enough.
Webster's.
I just think of Webster's first and foremost.
I said what? Merriam-Webster, Vito. Listen
I
to
thought
what I'm
Webster's
saying.
was a whole separate thing.
I didn't know that Merriam-Webster and Webster was the same thing.
I thought it was.
I didn't even know we had dictionaries anymore. This is all fucking news to me.
It's mostly
I thought
Wikipedia.
Wiki was it.
What does Urban Dictionary say?
Oh, you don't want to know what they call a hot dog. All right, Joe, what goes on a hot dog?
Ketchup,
Just stop. Just
horseradish.
All right, you're off.
He just said horseradish.
Here's the best thing.
Sauerkraut?
Is that we realized his mic was off, and then it gets pulled up only to hear him go ketchup constantly,
Yeah.
confidently.
Horseradish. What else you eat back in 1910?
Sauerkraut definitely is a must.
Put some rhubarb on there.
And some chickpeas. Fucking disgusting bastards.
Alfalfa sprouts.
Now the Chicago dog is like a delicious salad. Somewhere in the middle, you can taste a hot dog.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what like Merriam-Webster uses as a picture for the for a definition of a hot dog.
You want to drop the Merriam? Wait.
You won't.
Look, I want to call these guys out because they're fucking wrong.
I think it's a woman now that you're screaming at.
Miss, you're wrong.
Look, in the defining things of bread and meat, a hot dog and a hamburger are both sandwiches. And if you even look back in the early days of America, they would say a hamburger sandwich and
Yeah.
coffee,
Yes.
15 cents. We've taken it away because we eat so many hamburgers, we eat so many hot dogs, and we eat them separately of our sandwich life.
Yeah. I mean, I know, look, from the grill is a different section. We've discussed this. It's never on the sandwich section in a restaurant. You wouldn't find the burger in the sandwich section.
That's very, very true.
Same with a hot dog.
And yet we're being told by Merriam-Webster and her fucking jackboot thugs that the menus are wrong.
Look, society comes up with the rules, not Miriam.
We do have to have a defining. I mean, it would make a great vote if the country, instead of just voting for president, there was another thing going, hey, seriously, you think a hot dog's a sandwich? I bet more people would come out and vote.
You know what? If they put those kind of things on the ballot along with things, you would get people you would get people out for like local government and everything.
But
just like a couple, just like societal rules that we all just agree to.
like there are things that haven't been even tried that are a sandwich. Like a tiger meat sandwich is a sandwich.
Yeah.
Just no one eats it.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
want one though.
gorilla meat sandwich.
Yeah.
Sandwich.
Ferret? You think ferret tastes good?
No,
There's some ferret on
Chris,
there?
a ferret would be terrible.
You think? Gamey?
That's not a fucking sandwich. That's over with hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah, that's excess meat.
Yeah, I know.
It's just-
hey,
all-
if I'm eating ferret, I'll definitely put horseradish on it.
Okay.
Anything to
You're gonna
fucking
need-
hide the taste.
Get some flavor up in that shit.
You're going to need something spicy to set this off.
Hey, where's the Nathan's? 2 blocks from here on 5th or 6th?
6th.
I know where I'm stopping on the way home today.
There's a few carts out there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But the fucking problem is this place is filled with tourists again. Filled.
I would be very interested to try the Nathan's, though, in
should
the cart.
You think it's just hot dogs or sides too?
Do you like Nathan's, Gail?
I do, but like I said, I still go to Paul's daughter when I'm in Coney
Can
Island.
you eat 80, 85 of those within 30 minutes? Because I might have a gig for you this summer.
Yeah.
I always watch the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. I never say to myself, they're eating sandwiches.
It's a sandwich eating contest. What kind? Hot dog.
I'm sorry, I'm going crazy right now.
It terrifies me though to watch the Nathan's
Why?
hot dog.
It's wonderful. I love it every year.
I have a
seems
choking
somebody's gonna
phobia.
choke to death. I
Yeah.
think it every year too.
They're professionals. They know what they're doing.
People die in that thing by choking.
Yeah, you can choke.
Yes, fucking not at Nathan's, but at different contests.
At the
Plus, you can
regionals?
fuck up. At the regionals, and you can fuck up your stomach too.
Right.
I like the ESPN pre-coverage of it the best. You
I-
ever watch it?
I hate it when they got rid of so many fat guys. I like big fat guys. I don't
Too many
like
the
little
scaly Japanese.
Thin, yeah, I don't want to just look around seeing thin guys eat. It's not funny.
The
Who's
game
the guy
got
who
too big,
wiggles?
you know? Like, people became too professional at eating.
Yeah, they ruin everything, don't they, by caring too much. I like when people care less. You know?
And Kobayashi has to come back. They just have to let him
It's
in.
Kobayashi's the one who dances while he eats.
They all dance now.
Oh.
Yeah. Kobayashi hasn't been big. First of all, this is another one of your anti-American things. And Kobayashi, you can't just eat a bunch of hot dogs on top of a building across the street and act like you're in it.
This guy's the best.
He's
the
just
best.
he's like, I beat your record over here.
I like that guy from Chicago. I forget his name, but he's American.
Joey
Megatone?
Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
What did you just say, Megatron?
Megatoad is the guy who beat Joey Chestnut last
Oh,
year.
the young kid?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Who looks good this year?
Megatoad.
What are we looking at? I want to get some money in on this.
Get the stats.
There should be a triple crown for eating like that. What if you had to, being an eating contest, what would be the best product for you to eat? Gail, you look like your mind has went away, like you have no idea at all.
I went through things that I enjoy to excess.
Yeah.
But I think that I could do a pretty solid pie eating contest. But
Wow.
but does he have to do behind the back?
No, you know
Or
what,
Can I
this-
use a fork?
Yeah, in this case,
Because I'll be fast.
yeah, in this case, we're gonna let you. I mean, I like when people lean over and get pie in their face,
Now,
but then they're not eating the crust that I think they should be eating.
I have a grandmother who was a pie eating contest winner once.
Is that right?
Yeah, she was in the paper for it.
I didn't know which one.
My mom's mom.
Of course she was. When she said she was eating pie, it isn't the type you're thinking about. Because
Oh.
all the women in that family. Yeah. Vito.
I actually tried to be a hot dog eater for one summer, and I was getting ready for it. And then the second I got to the part where you have to dunk the buns inside water, I was like, I can't fucking do this. So I'm gonna go with wings.
Well, they're big wing eating contests, but I know from eating meat with you, your talk is way more than anything else.
I think you'd be
you're-
better off with hot dog than wings. I
Why?
think he. I just think I could see him in a doggy contest.
Yeah.
I think I could put away.
Mostly just because I'm
All right.
thinking of in meatballs when
I got the world
Beat
record
the
for
stomach.
wings. For boneless wings.
Yeah.
Some dude ate 9 pounds of boneless wings
That's
in 10
easy.
minutes.
Not that. I mean, it's easy to eat boneless wings.
Yes, but you probably would eat 10 of them and then tell us you were full.
I
Because
could-
we saw you do it when we went out to that meat place.
It was a train
he's-
wreck.
I didn't want to embarrass myself in front of you.
Well,
guys.
You
You
did
did
embarrass yourself. As taken to us to a shitty place.
All right, fucking Joey Chestnut ate 182 chicken wings in 30 minutes. With bone in.
he ate the bones.
No, they have a way of scraping the meat.
Okay.
Scraping the meat. They do
Yeah.
that big wing contest down in Philly every year. 20,000 people show up. Going fucking crazy to see somebody eat some wings.
Are these spicy wings? Because I think that would make it extra difficult.
But you know what? If you want to, get yourself a naked wing.
Yeah, it could be naked. I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't have to have spice.
I would rather do medium.
Okay.
Okay, great.
One medium. Joe,
If I could
just say
compete,
it, Joe, instead of the
lobster rolls.
Because you worked at a place that had lobster
Yeah,
rolls.
and I loved it, and I would love to eat 40 of them if I could.
I think, but you know what? That's a good one because it's got to be something that you couldn't normally get in large quantity. Like then you'd be excited about it. You'd be like, I've never even seen 30 lobster rolls in one place.
Now,
I have.
all of us have eaten a lobster roll, right?
Yeah.
You come in hungry. By the time you're like, this isn't enough lobster roll for me, I'm going to probably go back. And you never do. I've never been with anyone where they ate back-to-back lobster
It's
rolls.
the magic of lobster.
It's rich. It's
Yeah.
too fucking rich.
The butteriness of it,
Yeah.
you think it would.
There's only so much you could eat.
The good thing is that we are talking soft bun on
Yeah.
that. So that would make it easier.
Yeah, but a hot dog has a soft bun, and they still have to be soaked in Kool-Aid. I'm going to go off in a whole different direction, and I believe I could eat caramel corn on a competitive thing. Because caramel corn, you wouldn't even have to tell me I'm in the contest. I'm just sitting there watching TV, and then I'm like, fuck, he's doing it. And then the thing is, with caramel corn, you're like, oh shit, I ate like a family's amount of caramel corn here. And then you're like, I'm gonna put the caramel corn away. And it's like 2 minutes after saying it, you're back, and you're just eating more caramel corn. There's nothing, like, you never, like, that's enough wings for me. Uh-oh, I'm eating wings. But caramel corn, it happens all the time.
It's a very easy food to do that.
Yeah.
Most popcorns in general.
But-
now, do you like a kettle corn, which is a...
I do, but I'm going to put the caramel corn at the top of the list. As a youngster, we would go out to the Amish, and you would see them making these big vats of caramel corn. It was just coming down the popcorn, and they would be, like, fucking just stirring it with a boat paddle. And I'm like, wow, the Amish are cool. This is how wrong I was. I mean, this is why you don't trust kids around gorillas. Because I thought to myself, I love the way they dress, and I love the amount of caramel corn that they're into.
That's all they have.
I guess I'll run away and join the Amish.
Mom, can we go out to the sale? That's what was considered. This place was just called the Sale. That was the name
Where
of it.
everything was on sale?
I don't know. Because I was only interested in caramel corn. But anyone from Delaware County, any of the volunteer fire departments can tell you where the night the sale burnt down.
Mm.
That was their 9/11. Like, they would talk about it for years.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
The whole thing went?
Yeah, and then it came back. It was more modern. It's not as good. I think after that, they were even using Mennonites instead of Amish.
Ugh,
That's fake.
Thank you.
disgusting.
By the way, there's a kettle corn that I think that you should try. And it's, I saw it on Shark Tank, and it was that pip corn. I don't know if you've seen that
First
episode.
of all, I feel like I can't get you off the kettle corn thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Not
even
stop, Ron.
But it's a sweet popcorn. It's comparable to the
no,
caramel.
I get it. Kettle corn is a poor man's caramel corn. There's no doubt about it.
I've seen pip corn. I don't trust it at all.
What's
Pimp
that?
corn?
No,
Pip
it's
corn.
pip because it's a tinier kernel. So it's supposed to be like more easily digestible. They don't have like the hard little
Where do they make this at?
Brooklyn.
I'd order me some on Shark Tank.
I will get you some pip corn, but it's very good.
You
is
had it?
Yeah, I ordered it. I saw an episode. I said,
Is there anything on Shark Tank you don't immediately order?
Live Your Life by Shark Tank, don't
no,
you?
I've ordered only 2 things from Shark Tank: Pipcorn and Piper Way, which, by the way, is really weird because both of them start with Pip. So I just see
That is
some sort
weird.
of Pip product, and I'm like, that's for me.
Pippin is my favorite play. Pippin was also my favorite basketball player. There was something, someone sent me a cake off of maybe the first or second year of Shark Tank. I think it was Daisy Cakes was the name of it,
Daisy
Chris.
cake comes up, yeah.
And it was very heavy and very buttery. What's the cake place here that is it Mofo's? Is it
Momofuku?
Momofuku? You ever had any of their cakes?
Yes, we had actually, we had a party here, and we had the birthday cake, milk bar cake.
Have a slice, take a nap. That's
Yes.
how heavy and rich the cake is.
So good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Then you love Daisy Cakes. Look at it.
That looks like a heavy cake.
It's a heavy cake. And I remember it was good, but it stayed around for a long time because people were like, that's as much as I could eat.
Right. So
Like 3 weeks later, we're still working on a single cake.
I'm ordering a daisy cake. I'm just concerned it's not Pip related, but
God damn it.
Get yourself a pipe. Well, let things begin with the pip sound, though, right?
Yeah.
It's great. Why don't we take a break here?
All right.
Joe, you have to return to 1910.
Okay.
Joe, seriously, the kind of fucking fair food that he eats, later they were going to see Wild Bill riding by. Annie Oakley would be shooting with a mirror over his shoulder. Everything about him, you know?
It's old timey.
Yeah.
he's an anachronism.
Where he grew up, they're still calling it the Industrial Revolution. They're still excited about.
We're still
vacuum
not into the
cleaners.
Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, where they could have a vacuum cleaner that could kill a kid. Right back. This is Bennington. Oh, I was a little too early. Hey, it's the Bennington Show. Chris, look who stopped in to hang with us for this break. It's Dan the Man.
Oh, Dan the Man's here.
I'm here, and it's great to be here.
Oh, it's so great to see you.
Can I tell you something about Dan? Dan comes in just wearing what I would call a cigar shirt. It's the type of things I like to wear when I'm at a cigar lounge, enjoying a nice...
I was going to ask, do you own any like this as
Yes,
a
I do.
cigar
Yes, I do.
man?
Yes.
Because you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that kind of early 60s businessman on vacation.
Right.
Like you're staying classy.
Yes. This is a thing that you would be down on the beach, you'd have a cigar, and then you'd go to a whorehouse where you would spend an hour with a whore. Just relax. But it does look like this drink is refreshing.
Yeah.
Is there rum in here?
Yeah, it seems like this guy normally drinks an old fashioned, but today
Right.
he's having a margarita.
When you're on vacation, you want to do rum and tequila based drinks.
Yes.
You don't have a scotch on your vacation. No one has a scotch while they're fishing.
Mm-mm.
Well, it's great to have you here, Dan. I love the new look.
Thank you. I've had you've seen me in this shirt like a lot. So
No, we haven't.
You kind of overestimate how much we pay attention to you. I mean, you could be walking around carrying a bloody skull, and I probably wouldn't point it out to you.
That's your business.
That
bloody skull.
that happened last Tuesday, and
Yeah.
you said nothing.
Nothing. I'm not going to. The cops get around, I'm going to give them my normal.
Good.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Zero. Zip. Ping, pow, ping. You saw my head, Chrissy. It was out the hair. Then I wake up, I say, Bing, what are you still doing here? I told you to go fuck your mother. Ping, pow. Well, once I wish I was big. But I'm glad you're jumping in. We're doing we're having a fun, laid back day when we're learning about ourselves. Gail's teaching us questions about ourselves.
See, I would like to do a little team building today.
Okay, team building.
No, not teens. That we can't say.
We can't do.
We can't build any teens yet.
What are we doing?
This is a team building exercise, much like the trust fall. We're going to find out who we trust most in this room and what we trust them with.
All right, let's
So
play.
I am going to give you a premise here. Who in this room would you trust to house sit for you? Who in this room do you think would be most trustworthy to hand the keys to your home while you're gone for a week-long vacation?
I'm going to take it and throw my keys to that person.
Oh, shit.
Me! This is great. I feel so trusted right now. Trusted. Now, Dan, who in this room do you feel you would most trust with the keys to your home?
And this isn't a knock on you, but Chris, you're eliminated immediately.
Come on, Dan.
Immediately.
What am I going to do?
That's
Chris,
literally
the thing is,
that's a
I don't.
knock.
Yeah, that is a
I don't
fucking
know
knock.
what you would be capable of for a week.
Give me the keys. Let's find out.
You know what? I felt the same way as you, but I didn't point it out.
Thanks, Ron.
I was going to go one by one and eliminate.
Yeah,
Go
please do. I would love that.
Ron, I don't know if I would put you through that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Unlike Chris, I get it completely.
See, and so, all right, between Vito and Gail, I don't want to be boring and say the same thing you said, but it would be really hard for me to pick Vito over Gail in this situation.
No, I agree with you. First, right now, Gail's 2-0.
I guess we should start off. Is anyone not going to pick me?
Really?
Vito,
I'm really allergic to dogs, and I know that you got a dog, and I don't know if you'd bring your dog with you, so I don't want to risk that.
I'm not going to bring my dog
I
to
don't
your
know.
home.
I don't know what
Someone
you're
will
gonna do.
then house sit my dog
That'll
for
be
me.
me.
I'm
That'll be me. Or Ron Batenzi has a dog.
I want Ron to house sit for me. I want you, Ron. Please.
I can't sit in that house.
Please.
I saw it. There's holes in it.
Why is it every time he reaches out to you, it makes me so uncomfortable? I shouldn't feel that way, and I know that's probably my problem, guys.
Right. But
That's my
the
problem.
fact that he says, please, instead of just saying, I pick Ron.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not actually
He's
going to do it.
I would love to get some Ronnie B up in my home.
I don't like
He
that.
always
Yeah.
makes it very uncomfortable.
All right, so who did Vito pick?
I didn't pick yet. I think I would pick Dan because
You can't want Dan anywhere.
pull some glasses off of him, give him a little haircut. My mom won't even know I'm gone.
All right, so you don't think that your mom is gone? You think that
Wait, I'm sitting and your mom is there.
My mom is
Dan
there.
is right?
The premise was not who can become you. That's a whole new premise.
I know.
Leslie doesn't leave the house.
Then you don't need a house sitter.
No, she needs somebody there with her at all times.
You know what?
Aw.
Leslie should be playing this, not Vito. It's not up to him. Who watches
not his
that
house.
First of all, you can't even have a friend over without getting 2 days permission.
All right, next question. Who
Like it.
would you want to babysit your child? Now, I'm going to say this right off the bat, as the only female here. I take myself out of the equation.
Shit.
You need to pick from the
Shit.
other 3 males
All right,
in the room.
I got no problem with this at all. Chris and Dan, no fucking way.
Thank you. Thank
Vito
you.
has the experience of watching children.
Yes.
Chris has a dark background that he may or may not have done something awful.
May not.
I pick Vito.
I pick Ron Bennington.
God, I'll keep that baby of yours. I'll just
will.
never give him back.
Thank
You
you.
will keep the baby. What about Dan?
Ron's the only one who has raised children.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I couldn't.
I don't know for sure.
I don't think you could fail more than I did as a parent.
I mean, have you seen my table manners?
No, but Ron, I would pick you.
Ugh.
Do you not realize you're sitting next to a child expert birthday party guy?
That's gonna
I haven't
lead-
seen you
By
in
the way, that's
action.
going to lead to the paper. I know it.
Yeah.
Chris already is uncomfortable that Vito spends any time at all with children. Of
course he is
Vito will tell
uncomfortable.
me a story that's like, oh man, like it was so fun the other day. These kids were, and every time Chris goes, ugh, and leaves the room as though he's confessing something.
I know.
This is
awful.
his job, Chris.
Something happened to Chris when he was a kid.
I know, it's got
Probably.
to be.
Gail
Yeah, let's
goes,
feel for him.
Gail goes, how many kids were you around this weekend? And I was like, probably like 100. And Chris goes, oh my God, that's horrible.
By the way, you ever like when you look around this room, there's not a yellowish tinge, right?
No.
But do you notice there always is when we have pictures in here?
It's really
it
strange.
looks like we're
Yeah.
living in a piss-colored room.
It is. Sepia
No,
piss.
Sepia is much better. This is your name.
Why is that?
I don't know.
And everyone's phone too.
Yeah, no matter whose it is.
We got to work on these lights.
Well, that's fucking, I don't want to say it's wiki, but he did pick the lights. You know.
I mean,
He
they're
picked them before for photographic reasons, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Mm.
I
You
mean,
know
I tried to fix one. Look what happened.
You know what I miss?
What's that?
I miss that projection of our.
There's
of our
only up
logo.
there for a second.
We had it for one day. We
No,
tried-
not on the air, though.
No, we tried it out for one day, the day before we were going to start the studio, and then we just heard. Hey, do you guys think that maybe that's connect?
Yeah, but it says their name up there. What does he always call that, though? It has a name. It's like,
The word that came to my mind, I know it's wrong, boondoggle.
no.
Isolate that. I know it's not dirty, but just
Yeah.
please do.
Boondoggle was the boys used
I
to
don't-
run with back down in Tennessee.
I don't know why this word came to mind, but boondoggle.
Got it. The word.
It's like gobo or something like that.
I was going to say bolo, but I think it's gobo.
Yeah, but it definitely ain't boondoggle.
All right, guys, next question. Who in this room would you most want to have your power of attorney? This is, you are no longer able to.
Well, mine's already picked. Scale. And by the way, kill me. Even if
talking
I'm
about-
saying don't kill me.
It's a pull the plug situation.
Yeah.
It's a pull the plug, making decisions for you based on your health and your assets and wealth.
Is this a situation where they're forced to defend you no matter what?
Why would they defend you?
No, they're just making decisions.
They're not
for you.
your
They have the
attorney.
power of attorney.
Oh, I thought this was
You're in a
attorney.
coma, right?
I thought I was
Now,
choosing my
if it's an
lawyer.
attorney, fucking fuck me.
I
Yeah,
will
I
say-
absolutely
Yeah.
would pick.
I will say Chris Stanley,
All right.
because if I was in a coma, I would not want to be kept alive, and I know he would pull the plug.
I think.
What? So, okay. No, now you're staying alive for the last comment. For not trusting
Really?
me.
You can stay alive and torture them?
Yeah.
Put pins in them? I don't think with me or Chris, I think you're going to get a pretty pro-euthanasia vote there.
Can we pull the plug now?
I don't want to come back here. So this is done. Have I signed any papers? Because that'll be it.
This is the easiest power of attorney I've ever received.
Yeah.
If I had to be the power of attorney for someone, I think that I would just try to recreate that waiting for Guffman scene first before we pull the plug.
Sure.
Now who's on top and who's on bottom? I'm wearing fine diamonds and clothes.
That is the best scene.
She's phenomenal. All right. Who would you most trust to spend a weekend alone with your significant other? A weekend alone with your significant other. I'm going to take myself out of the equation.
Shit.
This is a gentleman's game.
Yeah. Because so far the answer's been Gail for every single question.
Like, you know what? Let's just take me out of the
Yeah.
equation completely.
Can I tell you something? And this is, I'm going to go first here. And based on character and character alone, Chris Stanley. Because Chris Stanley
Wow.
has his own morality, you know?
Oddly enough.
He does have a morality. And plus, he's too drunk to fuck.
It's not going to work, everyone.
Don't worry, honey. He's got whiskey dick 100% of the time. No, he stopped drinking.
That's
Vito.
cruel. That's extra
Yeah,
cruel.
it's pretty fucked up.
I don't think Chris would do anything, but I wouldn't want to deal with her being like, that was the most disgusting week of my life.
Why
Wow.
is it so disgusting? What the fuck is it that I do?
He
You know
was
what?
running into rooms
Chris-
announcing he just
Chris
shit.
Dude, I can't stand when you do that with them either. And that's
Chris-
HR problems.
Please just stay calm because this is for trust. This is
Yes.
team building exercise. This is a trust fall. We have to know this is a safe environment.
Yeah.
No one gets their feelings hurt. So Chris would be least.
Least. I think I would go Ron Bennington.
You fucked that up.
That is not a good idea.
Because I trust Ron
Yeah,
Bennington.
don't. Don't.
Even if it's
Don't.
me?
It doesn't matter who it is. I don't have that fucking ability.
Shit.
You know, it's not something that works for me. You know? And I mean, since this is a trust room, I just am putting it out there.
Thank you so much for sharing.
I don't have a, you know, I'm sure it was a problem, but if I was going to fix it, I would have fixed it by now.
Dan, who is your pick for a weekend alone with your lady love?
I'm going to say Vito.
Yeah, we would
I
have
think he's
great
a little
time.
bit of a dog, though.
I think he's a bit of a hound.
He's a hound, but I feel that Vito, under it all, has enough respect for me that he would not fuck my wife.
But here's the. No, Dan, I'm not saying whether you're right or wrong, but I don't think anybody has respect for you. I think that's the big problem there.
I love in this hypothetical you're already wed.
Yes.
My beautiful wife,
Beautiful wife.
who is a model
Yeah.
and rich.
Yes. And has 6 months to live.
She's perfect
Yeah.
in every way.
By the way, I'm wondering where Dan's going. That he needs to leave somewhere.
Really? What the hell's going on here?
Chris, did you pick?
I have not. Dan's telling me about his Tinder game, so I pick Dan to not try to fuck my wife.
Now, why? Because of his Tinder game.
Because he says it was successful on Tinder. So if he tried to fuck my wife, he would be able to pull
Okay,
it off.
I just want to say I started this game out with the very subtle a person to spend a weekend alone with
Yeah.
your significant other turned into who won't fuck my wife.
And really, that's not. I mean, there's many other reasons, like, oh, I don't want to tell, stories to, or he's a jerk and he would make her uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
But your fucking thing is, how do I keep my wife's vagina?
Yeah.
Dan started it.
And the best is you're not even saying he'll be trustworthy. You think this
think I
hypothetical
have-
wife won't fuck
Yeah,
Dan.
just because I have zero game.
Betting on.
No, not even game. He just thinks you're unfuckable. He just thinks no human would have sex with you.
All right, this next question is, who would you suggest write your life story?
Oh,
Shit.
This is going to be the person.
It can be. It has to be in this room.
Yes.
I've
so it's
got
going to
my
be
pick. I've
this
got my
group.
pick.
I would like to hear it.
It doesn't. I don't even think. I think that you have somebody who will take the work serious and research it and do it well. Dan is my guy.
Hey,
Wow.
Dan,
I think that that's a very,
Yeah,
very good pick.
I kind of feel like Dan is a person who does serious work. Chris doesn't understand serious work. It's not an attack on you. And Vito is just a fucking trainer. He doesn't know good from bad and doesn't care. If you say to him, you've done bad work, it's totally acceptable to him.
Chris, who's your pick?
Ron Bennington.
I'm never going to finish that work.
Yeah, but that's still like you just
You don't want to hear the book?
You just want to get the word out there that he is working on it.
Chris Stanley is a drunk mess. The end.
by Ron Bennington. Though.
I would still like for you to start it with your fishmongers line.
Yeah, what is that? As Don came up over the alleys. And by the way, that's not mine. That belongs to the Coen brothers.
Dan, who is your pick to write your life story?
My pick is film school hero Vito. Because
He's just a film school hero. Oh. Go ahead.
Because he clearly has a great grasp on narrative from receiving such a degree.
Did you see his giant ape in the Central Park movie, the Bigfoot movie that he did?
No.
Yeah. I think you would feel differently about his narrative.
I did write a 20-page Bigfoot script there, so you're making a good choice.
By the way,
a real good choice.
Here's how he is as a director. And that works. On to the next scene. No matter what. He was comfortable with it.
I like the idea of just to be a fly in the wall in their interview process.
Yeah.
So, back in 1990.
I think that Vito could be a great actor. I really believe that.
I think he could too.
Yeah, he has a sensitivity about him.
He has a sensitivity. He's a good listener. Like when he's like honed in on you, I think that he would.
Yeah, but he doesn't understand. You know what I mean? Like he listens. His hearing is there.
Like you mean like a pet? Like
Yeah.
the way,
Like a way a dog
like a
will look.
sweet, sweet pet.
You totally are fucking up your time checks over there, Chris.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one last one.
Okay. Wait, Vito didn't get to go, and he's feeling
Okay,
upset.
go ahead.
I would pick Chris Stanley.
Okay,
Because-
now he's done. Move on.
Who is the person that you would most trust to operate on you?
Oh.
Shit.
Chris, you go first.
I feel like Dan has steady hands.
No, no way.
Dude, it was the one time I wanted to be picked. 'Cause I'm never going to go to medical school. I wouldn't put up with that shit. But I would love to operate. And hopefully brain surgery. I just feel like I'm going to be really good at it.
I think you could too.
Just open them up and see what
I think
happens.
that you could read a book on it. and be
Yeah,
like
I feel
right
like
in
I
there.
could, or YouTube has everything. I'll just be doing that. But I know I wouldn't have the panic of some people like, oh, am I the right guy? I know I'm the right guy for this.
You do want a confident person.
Now, I am going to leave behind marbles, but that's just as a funny joke.
Who would you choose to operate on you?
Gail, I see you. Look at the steady hands of Chris. Well, you ain't drinking, are you?
Yeah, that's the first time I've
I
ever
don't
seen
know.
him. Look.
Vito cares. Dan, you have a problem with blood?
I don't have a problem with it, but it's not my favorite thing to touch and smell.
Well, no one's favorite. That's called a vampire, Dan.
I love to smell blood. I can splash in it.
On the taste.
Can I pull this off? Can I just get a mirror and operate on myself? Because I feel like I could do that.
You think you could do just bite your own belt and just
Well, either that or a stick. If somebody has a
Sure.
walking stick, I could just bite
Right.
on. Because I'm definitely not going to be knocked out for it. That would be stupid to operate on myself while I was knocked out.
Vito, who would you choose to operate on you?
Well, Chris has the most ER experience this year.
Kiss my ass.
Drug fell in his head.
That was last year.
Stats.
It was last year. Get your fucking math right.
No, it's not math.
Numbers, aren't they?
All right, so Chris is your
He's my number one choice
He's your
because he
number
was
one.
just in a hospital recently. So
I'm going to put him under.
All right, moving on. This is the question that I have asked you guys before, if there's a great fire and the works of one artist is in this fire, you can only save one. This is the films of Stanley Kubrick.
Holy shit, this is heartbreaking.
So
Wait, are you telling me that all the films are going to be destroyed except for one?
All films will be destroyed. You choose only one, and this is the only one that gets saved for history. No one will ever see the others again.
Well, let me just say this. I'm not even sure if you can understand how great Stanley Kubrick is by only watching one film. That's the heartbreak there.
I don't know what to do. This is fucking heartbreaking and fucked up.
Heartbreaking and fucked up. Dan.
I'm going to say Dr. Strangelove.
Dr. Strangelove. Why choose Dr. Strangelove
I feel
over any
like,
other?
well, A, it's like still hilarious, like
Absolutely.
decades and decades later. B, and it's also still pretty relevant to how, the government and the military is run. And it's, it's a great movie. And Shining, close second, though.
Close second.
She's going to let The Shining burn last.
You brought it up to the door and went, I'll chuck it in. What is your pick?
Well, I'm not ready to go
All right.
yet.
We'll move on to Vito.
I'm going to go Clockwork Orange because it's one of the most creepy movies I've ever seen. And it's like, it took a song like Singing in the Rain that I loved like as a kid. And after seeing Clockwork Orange, every time I hear that song, I think about that scene, and it still fucks with me to this day.
Not only do I think of that scene, but if I am in any place that is even remotely of that style, you know, where like the white walls and like weird, like one orange piece of furniture, like any type of that kind of weird mid-century modern kind of, I'm like, okay, this is weird. Things are taking a weird turn.
What about you, Droogie?
Two came to mind immediately.
Madrug.
The first was 2001. But then I thought, in the future, people might see a sci-fi film and think he's like crazy. But why would he have thought this was going to happen in the future? So I got to kick out 2001, leaving Dr. Strangelove as the movie to give to the rest of fucking humanity.
The rest of fucking humanity.
Probably didn't need the F-bomb.
It's a very, very tough call because I would easily save all of us. One of the things that jumps in my mind is just Spartacus because there's such great acting in that. And it was kind of the last of those giant biblical type movies. And that isn't even one that we would even throw in when we're talking about him. Full Metal Jacket. Barry Lyndon is one of the most beautifully shot films of all time. 2001 is probably the one that most critics would say is his most important work. Lolita has my maybe favorite scene of all time of Peter Sellers, who I believe is the greatest comic actor of all time. But I think you do have to save Dr. Strangelove as being maybe the all-time greatest comedy. The way it was shot was beautiful. Terry Southern is on the writing of that. I think I'm gonna go. So what about you, Gail?
Now, here's where I was confused because I think that of his two films that are like the most unique, most standout, you've got to go 2001 and Dr. Strangelove in their own genre.
Okay.
My personal would be I love The Shining, but I would have to let it go because I don't think that necessarily has to live on the way those other two.
It's really a great piece of work, though.
I know. I think if it was just for me personally, if it was not to share with the world, I would say I would keep The Shining. But for those reasons, I think I would have to go Dr. Strangelove. It's so difficult to think like 2001 and A Clockwork Orange, both.
Right, they're great.
Like, even if they're not the kind of movie you want to watch once a year or something, they're like
they are for me though.
Their significance is like invaluable, I think.
No, you're right about both of those.
Which do you think is the easiest to let go? Which one you was like, okay, like
I don't have one, and that includes Eyes Wide Shut. There's not one that I go, okay, that could easily go out. Because the last time I watched Eyes Wide Shut, I went and watched a bunch of commentary shit about it. It was fucking unbelievable.
I would love to go back and watch that movie because it's been a long time since I've seen. I saw it in the theater and I was young, and even though even watching his movies when I was young, they always really struck me. I think that I have to go back and revisit that as an adult.
I mean, I'm going to shock you here. The one that I could my most easiest for him to give away, 2001.
Really?
It's not my kind of storytelling.
Right.
I'm not just a visual guy.
And I don't know, when I saw it the first time, it definitely didn't capture me like I feel like it would have captured someone when it originally debuted.
Yeah, I think you have to be tripping and you have to be into photography.
I don't know, for whatever reason, when I saw that when I was young, I felt like that feeling of like, this is something that I don't understand, but I was just kind of in awe of it. Like, I kind of like...
The scene where the apes throw the bone and then there's a spaceship is fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's really one of the best scenes ever. But overall, it grates on me as I'm watching it.
Right.
They could have used a little more character. They could have used a little more plot. Just tone is enough.
What about for you? Which one do you think was the easiest to give up?
Vito.
Well, for me personally, it's also 2001, but that's mostly because I saw it so late in my life that I'd already seen so many other sci-fi movies.
It's a really good point that nobody had seen anything like that in 1968. And it was one of the things that blew up George Lucas's mind.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg's mind. Like, they were kids. They ran around going, oh my God, this is the most amazing thing ever. And then they, continue to work in that direction. That's a really good point.
Yeah, there's got to be so many of those films where you don't really think about how they set things in motion because you didn't see them until later, but their significance to other filmmakers.
Right.
I mean,
I can still watch Blade Runner and like the movie despite the CGI. You know what I mean? But I don't think anybody says that about 2001.
But remember when we saw Scorsese talk and he would be referencing these films, and I remember thinking, wow, these are so significant to him.
Right.
And all of these young people in this room who want to be filmmakers or just people who have just like grown up on his films and loved him would say that about him, that they had never seen what he had done.
Right.
But he has all these things that is like, oh, this director planted this seed and now I'm completely...
None of us got it.
Yeah.
None of us
No,
understood
we all sat there.
No one got it. He's like, watch her hands. I'm going to show you a scene. Watch her hands the entire time. You're just like, I watched her hands.
And then you and I just looking at each other like, did you get it?
No. And I said, I'm going to act like I did, though. And I would go, bravo, Marty, bravo.
Bravo, Marty.
The hands, thank you.
I can give up The Shining.
Way to go in deep with that. Okay. Well, I think let's end on a low note then. Let's just go out on a low note.
It's so sad because I feel like we've had so many highs. We've learned so much about
I don't think we
each other.
have
Dan,
it
it was great for you to join us for the end of the show.
Would you say like this team has been built
I'll say this. Part of what worked today for team building is you replacing Joe.
I know. It's weird, right?
And I didn't want to say it before, but Joe's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You know what? I made a mistake by saying kind of. Next time that we see him, we should kick him and hit him with sticks.
Yeah.
I'll get the sticks.
Please.
I'll get the kick. All right, I'm off to smoke a cigar with Dan right now.
Nice.
Should we start and do smoking with Ron since you don't smoke anymore?
Oh, that would be
You can just smoke it
great.
with Ron, yeah.
I'm not going to. It's too stupid. Hey, tomorrow is our salute to Big J.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Big J. Well, it's not just the Unmasked, but a bunch of different times that Jay has appeared on the show over the years. What a friend to us he is.
It's a living tribute to Big J.
It is I don't want to wait till he's dead and then give him a dead tribute. Let Prince get one of those. All right? No one ever called Prince Big Prince. Why? Tiny. Tiny man.
Oh, so little. Those little hips.
He's little. He's like, go, girl. Girl, do you wish we could shop together? All right, so join us tomorrow for not just Big J Unmasked, but the kind of Valentine's Day, a love letter from the Bennington Show to Big J. Okerson. And then let's see everybody again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!